Why don't you subscribe to me? Why?
Hopefully these scum enjoy the enthusiastic cheer they receive from the spectators when they brought onto the stage properly typesetting. These will take too long. Oh no, sugar going to murder me. Bang again, daddy gamete bang. You aren't going down there to see it yourself upon axe, and they have everything under control. Besides, I have moped important things to do. Early this morning I sent a messenger to Overwinter to call for Baron. When he gets here he'll help me organize the nobles. There's also Kyle Ritchie. I'm sure he's excited to show off his discoveries. With the King's City alchemy glide, it's about time. Oh, Your Majesty, you really got rid of those god addicts. Who would have known that they were the ones behind the epidemic? I didn't even believe ears when High Priest Ferry himself confessed all they're doing is giving God a bad name right now. Everyone in the square is cheaping your name and how you saved them half a year ago. I never expected any less from Yoke, good friend. What is this? Take a look. Called some hug. You want me to become Newcastle's ambassador? That's right. And the type hole be out long term. Slicks for Sutzfels are Sutzfsugyu. LBFZZEUT see it zebra fiat underscore duty suits CUC sati true suits. There's the letter of recognition stamp and seals. Your place of residence will be the Kingdom of Dawn's City of Glow. What do you think? You have to understand a Green Castle ambassador isn't some type of traveling envoy. Your status is similar to that of a count. And you'll also be treated with equal respect from the king. I might as well send him to terrorist the Kingdom or on CLSID. Heard that their noble ladies are quite special, so who knows, he might make a breakthrough of some kind. Look at you, even trying to fool your best friend as if I not your subordinate is willing. See what mean? Isn't he a bit too gullible? Then it's decided before you leave. Have you properly trained in royal etiquette? I hope you'll be able to quickly grasp the situation in our neighboring kingdom while also working with them to counter the church. Yes, Your Majesty, just leave it all to me. Kingdom of Dawn, where did Wendy got? Probably practicing her ability at the tower. Want me to go get her? Yep, also bring along Sylvie, Lightning and Maggie. We're going to go meet those astrologer people from the air. And this is, Your Majesty, we finished securing the place. I promise not a single rat will be able to sneak into here. We've also confiscated the astrologer's god's stones of retaliation so Sylvie can freely her ability. Not bad, but do stay cautious. Who in charge of this place? Being him to me. He is the astrologer Dispersion Tad. Your Majesty, Roland Wimbledon. The stars all sparkle at your appearance. Dispersion start. That's not your real name, is it? I believe you don't understand the Astrology Association's traditions. Only those who discover an entirely new constellation have the right to this honorable title. I discovered the diffusion star, which forms the diffusion star ring with 3 other dark stars. This constellation signifies the cyclical nature of God. These 8 are also experts in astrology. Of course, they each have their own discoveries, whether it's changes in star patterns or lunar phenomenons. We can find a meaning in all of. I'm not here to listen to your pandering ruled got, but Your Majesty, what are here for then? To investigate the stars. Get out all your celestial maps. Your Highness, here are all our celestial maps from the past few years. Not even a single one that resembles the Big Dipper or Orion. Are we in a whole other universe there? A sun in the but that just an ordinary star? There are billions of those in a galaxy like the Milky Way, and in the expanse of space there are even more galaxies. Our milk was. So it wouldn't be that impossible to find another stable system in such a large universe, but for something to have such similar organisms, life itself sprouted from coincidences, and even if their environments are the same, it's still likely that different forms of life evolved. Whether it is the demonic beasts or the demons, none of them look like they've naturally evolved. Of course, the Green Castle astrologers have an entirely different culture. So the 12 constellations of the zodiac aren't mapped. Moreover, the density of bright stars that have been mapped is greater than any I've ever seen. This probably means we're closer to the center of the galaxy where there are more stars, and that makes this place even less likely to be Earth. How many people ape in the Astrology Association? Your Highness, there are a total of 9 people in The Astrology Association 156 apprentices and 67 artisans. I plan on closing the observatory. Everyone pack your bags and come with me back to the city of Neverwinter. Your Majesty, how could you? I don't believe in divination, only own decisions as the King of Greencastle. I of course have the power to close down this place in the western region. You'll learn what real astrology is and whatever the hell you're doing with it right now. Not Your Majesty, Wimbledon, you can't. We must observe the stars at all times without outside disturbances. This order is from your ancestors and ancestors. No. What I mean is, how would I know that you're not lying, Your Highness? This is 1000% tried. I have evidence to prove it. But I can only let you see it. I see, I understand now. Here's a clingy ad telling you to join Hero Scans or something. No one ever reads these anyway. I need to convince Slab to let me post Lightning here instead. Because your ancestor thought that the successors might be too confused and panic if they knew it ahead of time and lead to the decline of the kingdom. Manga Grescom. In fact, we're looking for the Star of Extinction. What's that? A scarlet start or the bloody moon. When it comes, the world will fall into a disaster beyond redemption. Manga Grescom. Red moon, please be specific. What? No, is all from the former chief. It's said that there's red star floating in the night. When it comes out like the crescent moon, the world will be destroyed. What we're going to do is to find it before it becomes a crescent moon. If its orbit can be found, we can predict the doomsday in advance. This is also the intention of the horoscope. Become a crescent moon. Mangrescom. Actually, it's natural that you don't know the star image. The stars are always following a fixed path. We call this its path, the trajectory of the star of extinction, so it should be the same. Visit and read at our website mangagreat.com. And it appears every 2 years. That means it must orbit within a much larger area than the sun and the moon that are near us in space and can run a circle around us in a day and a night. Given that an object appears big when it's near and when far, the star of extinction in the will change from dark to bright and then turn into a crescent when it's getting closer and closer to us. The secret mission has been passed down for hundreds of years but doesn't specify the exact time when the star of extinction will come. Therefore, the star of extinction is probably still in a certain corner of the starry and cannot be observed because it is too far away from us for decades. Young, buried yourselves in this job. Yes. Your Majesty became an apprentice in the Astrological Association fade ago. Since then, give been watching the little change starry every night. Mangrescom. Would do you regret that? Regret it 10 years ago. But since became the chief astrologer and received this secret mission from predecessor meteorite astrologer. Give understood what doing is meaningful. And it's really about astrology. This will be a real and foretelling the astrology of future unparalleled prediction and the meaning of the existence of astrological associations. The significance of the job is beyond compared, but unfortunately don't have much time left. Is there any strategy left your predecessors we can take to fight against or escape from the devastating disaster? MWGN Grescom. Not that is what you should consider, Your Majesty. You're the one who leads the people to get through hard times. The astrological station is just your eye and will warn you about the coming disasters. Mangrescom. Had broken and the is raining for and rain. As long as it can be predicted in advance, people will have more chances of surviving, so you cannot close the observatory. Understand? Send you better equipment for observing stars and tell you about the real knowledge of star image. MWGN Greycom E. Besides, even when the bloody moon comes, it's not our end. We'll survive it. MG Agrescom. Plan to send them to the western region, but let them finish what they're doing now at the astrological station. They've remained loyal to their duties for decades. VA. What your grace saw it with own eyes. The rebel king breached the city wall of King's City in just one day. Even the king himself failed to escape. Afraid he's probably dead now. How could this Mion Kriiko happen? It's King's City. They had invincible firearms they could fire without a break. Their weapons were just too powerful. As for the knights and even the crazed army of the king, no one could stop them. Anyone who got close to them died or was severely wounded. Compared to their firearms, the king's flintlocks were cheap, useless iron sticks. It's over. Everything is over. A week ago received the order from His Majesty Timothy to support King's City as the new Duke of the Northern Region. Must follow the King's order. Had assembled Manka Kreescom, an army of choosing soldiers from troops of the Forehead, Hawes the Snow, Fox List and own families. As long as a team sent had already done something that the rebel king would consider guilty of rebellion. What happened, father? What happened? Edith, child, our Kant family is about to encounter a catastrophe because His Majesty Timothy lost to Roland. This means we will also. Manga create co. Its bluestone city wall is more than yards high and guarded thousands of soldiers, equipped with catapults and snow powder, did not hinder the rebel king. Now you understand. Didn't agree to marry Timothy. You knew that he would end up like this. You mean his city was occupied in one day? Not didn't expect that, just felt he was not the right person. Manka Kriatgom, not the right person. Who is the right person is for you? Thought his reign turned out to be quite short. He was still the king of the kingdom of Grey Castle at that time. Even such a person is not suitable. What kind of person do you want to marry? Anyway, first you have to order the army to retreat. But they've been out for 4 days and give no idea which route they took. Afraid it's too late. That's not a problem. You can send someone to Deep Valley Town today. If he sets out now from here, he arrive in the town evening tomorrow. He can take a boat to King's City and reach it at least 1 day before the army. No matter which route the army took, they'll end up on the main road leading to the city's north gate. So if the one you send walks in the opposite direction to the army, he'll meet and stop them in the suburbs of King's City. Seal, write a letter now, not send out a guard with keepsake to deliver the command. Manka Great Com. Guard. Father, do you think we can withstand Prince Poland's attack in front of that kind of skyfire? Weapons, don't think we can. So it's not enough just to withdraw the army. Don't forget that it was Timothy who made you a duke. It's natural for Prince Roland to consider us his enemies. And it's just a matter of time for him to destroy us. Even if he doesn't come now, he can still come later. Therefore, if we want the family to continue under such circumstances, we have to be more proactive. Cyan Kriko. You mean that should swing to Prince Roland, but should he trust me? Show your sincerity. QLC Krako H. Manka Create Com brought all of you here tonight because wanted to listen to everyone's opinion. This matter is important to the future of the Northern region and we can't be too careful. Don't we send her to eavesdrop on Prince Roland? If he doesn't disturb the Northern region, may as well endorse him's the new king. These are the Wimbledon family's issues. It doesn't make a difference to who becomes the king. No difference. Have you forgotten about Duke? Is he was arrested for treason and executed. He didn't actively provoke Timothy. We Lord, listen, are you? If we admit defeat so early on, the noose may be tied around our necks at any time. And it would then be too late to struggle. In Prince Roland view, we're already participated in treason and none of us can deny our relations with Timothy. The rebel king murdered elder brother. He has to pay for it. The northern regions, full of hills and mountains and dangerous roads, are all over. Poland's army may be able to travel quickly over plains and rivers. But it'll be a whole new game here. At worst, the Forehead family will retreat to Woodwind Ridge, where don't believe that his army will be able to reach Manka Create Com. Give got a feeling that you've already planned to swear allegiance to Prince Roland. After all, was be your Kant family who first showed good to Timothy. Give up power and sit firmly on the seat of Duke. Whoever is the king is the same, isn't it you? Since that's the case, we have nothing else to discuss. The way, if you want Prince Roland to spare your pathetic life, you may offer Edit Hall tied up to him. Manka Create Com. You dare to humiliate sister? Stop. As long as Miss Pearl of the Northern region goes out, that is no matter who is on the throne. Edith will be the queen. Give heard that he highly appreciates beauty. This. Manka Create Com. Are you talking about me, Sir Snowfox? Can't pretend that didn't hear what you said. Lord, listen, nigh you. What did you do? The guards, what have you done to the guards outside GVIC Kriako? How can deal with you lot if hadn't disposed of them first? You seem to have forgotten that father is in charge of the Northern Territory. Are you out of your mind? Earl List and Earl Howe's intent to rebel against the present King Roland Wimbledon Manga Krieko. Punish the rebels in the name of being in charge of the North. If you put down your weapons and surrender, you be spared if there is resistance. You will be killed. Decent just end our webseer Makokriatcom downpour the last release that which human wife is demon. Queen Manka Great Com. Manga Griaiko. MVANOA Kriatko. Manga Create Com. Manga Create Com. This woman I'm not going to lose but on power, You are still weak. Not good. Help her now Kwanga Krakom. You are done Miss Pearl. Huff. Van. Manka Create Com. I. This. Kvidden Krako. It's over, Lord Ed. Earl List and Earl Howe's conspired against King Wimbledon and have been duly punished right now. You all have a choice. Manka Create Co. Do you all want to serve these two corpses or the new king? You Manga Create Com. So it's settled, will His Majesty Roland Wimbledon accept us? You were calling him a rebel king only yesterday, are you going to pledge homage to him so soon? Want this what you said? Since we can't beat him we may as well surrender earlier if we don't win. His trust the nobles will hate us too mangacreate.com. To be honest, I don't know if we can. All we can do is to display our sincerity. But ultimately it is Prince Roland who decides the fate of Northern Region. You should know this, Dad. There's chance he'll send his own people to take over Northern Region, and it won't be surprising if your rank is lowered, but know that if we Manson Kreesko don't, our Kant family won't have a chance to survive. Compared to the doomed destruction, we are at least still likely to continue. Don't lose heart, Dad, you still have much work to do. Tomorrow we'll seize the mansions and fiefs of the two earls. Besides, the outcome of this matter will heavily depend on the level of competence we display to His Majesty. Sincerity is our ticket into the negotiations. But ability is what will decide the outcome of the negotiations. What do you mean? Bring these two heads to King's City mangacreate.com. Dad, please let me be your messenger to His Majesty. Decent Uru and our websub Manka Kraycom downpour them the last release that which human wife is demon. Quail Manka Create Com. This city wall, this twin tower palace King's City. After a year and a half I'm finally back. Have to say that this way is enough. Toss. Manga Create Com. Our Prince Roland had defeated Timothy smoothly and easily as expected. He was now the only surviving son of King Wimbledon Ill, and thus was the bloodline inheritor and rightful heir of the royal family. What? These things should be arranged as early as possible. With it your prestige will increase tremendously and the people's hearts will unite as one. It needs too much time. Mayan Krescom give asked the ceremonial officer. He says that a full coronation will require many months of preparation. Aside from making the gold crown and the gem scepter, invitation letters have to be sent to the church and the other three kingdoms. The ceremony can only begin after all of their emissaries have married. This will severely slow down our plans for the second half of the spring offense. Manga Create Com. However, Ambassador to Kingdom of Dawn will set off shortly. He'll notify them about this when we get a formal reply from them. It won't be too late to consider this matter. Yes, Your Majesty. In addition, Kyle Ritchie summoned you this time because hope you can recruit talents from the Royal Alchemy Association. On behalf, heard that you have had several industry exchanges with the Alchemy Association. Manka Kreescom think our chief alchemist already has a way to frighten the Royal Alchemy Association. Ahem, that's natural. Chief Alchemist, His Majesty is here. Kiane Kongrieko. What? Where? Love the yard above the yard in the air. His Majesty descended from the Manka Create Com. That must be the transportation device the prince used to visit the astrological station with the witches. Didn't expect it could truly make a person. Anyway, he's here. It doesn't matter how we address him in aria, but you ought to some respects in official meeting. He is king of the kingdom of Grey Castle. Even without an inauguration ceremony, be serious to don't worry, know how to behave properly. Manga Great Com. Your Majesty, welcome to the Alchemist Workshop. Father used to talk about you often when was still in King's City. He said both crystal glass and perfume are quite popular alchemical products. They have even been sold to the Fjord Islands. These products have brought great profits to the palace. So built an alchemical workshop myself after father sent me to border town Manhwa. That must not have been an easy business, Your Majesty. Every alchemical workshop requires a large amount of gold royals to operate, really, but didn't finest a lot of gold royals. You know how deficient the resources are in border town. At first could only do the experiments in a few wooden sheds, but now able to produce various products including glass and perfume. So wondering where those gold royals actually got, Your Majesty. What do you mean that? This is Chief Alchemist Kyle, mangacrete.com. Richie, he'll examine and evaluate your products. If there have been no innovations in recent years, might swell shut down the Alchemist Workshop. Your Majesty can't accept this. Well, Your Majesty, you'll likely be deceived someone, since you may not know alchemy. Well, alchemy is a process full of changes. Every formula represents a potential product. All these reactions and conversions are the result of long-term exploration and research. Even an experienced alchemy master can't readily jump to the conclusion that one specific product is useless. Your Majesty, you can't evaluate our work simply with gold royals. If someone promises you that every single product can instantly bring you profits, he must be lying. Your Majesty, they say this because Manhwa.com, they haven't probed into the nature of alchemy. I can prove to you that their formulas are all outdated. Already know whether their products are useful or not. What? Very good, as long as you give me the ingredients, and I'll tell you the formula. How does that sound? There are all kinds of ingredients in the workshop. Feel free to use them. If you name one formula wrong, His Majesty will know you. We have been lying. Manhwa.com. Burn the mixture of saltpeter and green alum. It seems you've also learned the double stone acid making method. The products of the reaction are multiple solids and acids, and the latter can dissolve metals. See? Correct. Unbelievable, he solved it so quickly. It was pure lucky. Don't think he can answer the second question that easily. Mangacrete.com. Green, vitriol acid and copper. The reaction won't start if the acid is in deficiency. With sufficient acid, the liquid will turn blue when heated, and it will bubble as well. This is quite rare. It will burn on its own in the air and produce white smoke and white solids. Right, Mangacrete.com. Please feel free to raise questions. I can prove to you that. Not Noah. Sir Kyle, have a question. Me to have a question too. Shut up, all of you. These are all old formulas the Alchemist Workshop has known for ages. If you really understand all formulas, then write a new one that nobody has ever discovered. For example, the ultimate goal of alchemy. Manhwa.com. Are you saying turning stones into gold? Of course, can let me show you. Our website Manhwa.com tour tub them the last release that which human well demon K. Manhwa.com. He actually smashed it to pieces. Mangacrete.com. Do you have any lead bars here? Give me 2 of the best quality. Hang on. Since it's an alchemic reaction, it should NT matter who does it. I've seen some street performers who're very good at covering up, switching bronze royals into gold royals in front of a crowd. I'm not doubting you, but it's better to be cautious on such an occasion. Of course. There's no difference if the last step is carried out either the alchemist or the apprentice. Just as mentioned, the essence of alchemy is simple, orderly and straightforward. Visit and keyed at UEP website. Who would like to do it? For safety, it is best to wear gloves and a face shield. Do it. Look, it looks like something is growing out of it. It's golden. Oh God. It's gold in color. It could be copper as well. These are all copper. It's impossible for you to know the way to transform stone into gold. It makes no sense. Otherwise, you'd have bought the entire kingdom of Grey Castle with gold royals, instead of simply becoming a Lord's chief alchemist of a small town. Choosing this path, Not for the gold royals but to understand the world. Mancocrete.com. If you don't believe, you can always examine it. Think as the chief of King's City. You would know the differences between copper and gold pretty well. So do you? Rit. Put it on the fire and bake it, everything will be clear. From just now, there is a strange sense of familiarity. Oh, it's an honor to get your attention, Chief Retnin. Could it be that you are? It's been decades since you rejected application to join the Royal Alchemy Association at that time. Under your kind suggestion, return to Redwater City Alchemy Workshop to re-study. It wasn't until was 30 that found the second alchemy formula and was promoted to an alchemist in Redwater City. 2FA. It took another 6 years to truly become the chief. During this period, regarded you as a competitor alone. And you did not take us into consideration at all. His Royal Highness Roland, who was far away in the place that have been, found me and opened a new door for me. True gold fears no fire, is the best explanation now. This is gold. The alchemic formula for turning rock into gold does exist. Mancocrete.com. Lord Kyle. What were the symbols you wrote down on the paper just now? Was that part of a higher level formula? Listen. Everything you have seen today comes from a more ancient subject. It not only includes all the possible alchemy formulas but also discloses the mystery formed within the world. From it, you can even predict those alchemy formulas that have never been seen before. And turning stone into gold isn't an exception. Could teach you all this, as long as you follow me to the Western region. Mangacreate.com. Don't you want to spend a couple more days in King's Society? This is the center of Grey Castle. The best place to have fun within the kingdom. If you miss it now, it may not be here next time. Not you. Don't want to have an unfinished romance here. There's still a lot of work to do in the laboratory and the chemical plant. It's best for me to return to the city of Neverwinter if you want the production line of gunpowder to run smoothly. Oh God, what a THGE rumors about me going out. Alright, I'll arrange a paddle steamer to send you back to the Western region. Thank you for your hard work over the past few days. As long as you know it. What happened? Mangacreate.com. Is it because of Miss Kingfisher and Ruther? Was happy because of this. The chemical presentation led Kyle was a huge success. The effect was better than he thought. There were more than people from the association who were willing to move forward to the Western region. Most of them are the proficients who could be assigned to work after some slight training. It's the biggest accomplishment after we conquered King's City. But it's not. However, what happiest about? So what's the thing you're happiest about? Visit and read at our website mangacrete.com. Retnin. Raksay. Archer. 1 or 3 chiefs of the Alchemy Association of the capital city will also go with him. Thought the gap between them would get bigger. But Kyle didn't refuse them and he said he had already taken back what belonged to him. Although this era is terrible, there was still a group of people taking the right path in a tough time. The kingdom would definitely be continuously path improving having them in the realm. Think we'll have to leave as soon as possible. Is there anything wrong in City of Neverwinter? No. Lotus and Honey are coming back soon. The 2 little brats? Do we really need to leave in such a rush? We could definitely do that if it were just the TWWO of them. However, the letter says Tilly's sending along new witches. Going to Sleeping Town again. Recently, the paddle streamers produced in Sleeping Town have defredden Land of the Fjord. Really want one? But got more than 1,000 gold royal. Even if we're to sell all of you, couldn't make up that number. Is this really okay? What sending iffy soft feathers? And Lotus to border town? It must have been Heidi Morgan's idea, am right? Organ didn't want me to have connections with the commoners all myself and had no reason to refuse her Vikakriicom. But the commoner is your elder brother. What makes her think she can choose for you? Because she's also one of the royal members. The higher the status is, the looser the blood ties are. It's true in every kingdom. She was very clear about this, and she intends to fight for His Highness Poland's support with you. Man Congriaco, then did you agree with her? Camilla also told you recently that in the days when you were away, Heidi had a conflict with her about the status of fighting witches. This is clearly challenging what you call switch equality. It seems like need to talk to her. Not as said had no reason to refuse her. Sleeping Island is our home. All the witches here are freed women, won't stop them from doing anything. As long as they don't harm anyone, and sending them to the western region isn't a mangacreate.com bad idea. Not a bad idea. Most of the Blooding Association are battle witches. In the past the church posed a heavy burden on their hearts. Everybody had to stick together in order to survive. But now the churches in the Fjord Islands have been eradicated and Sleeping Island has offered a relatively relaxing environment. So people think differently. This is quite normal. You can support our team reading at mangagreat.com. The Witch Cooperation Association is different. We're a compound group made of several witch organizations, so blindly suppressing them won't work. Mince icon. In order to let them cooperate like in the old times, we need a powerful enemy. The enemies deep in the fertile plains. The fiasco of the Union. The upcoming third battle of divine will. They can learn all these themselves, which will be more effective than me telling them. Besides, in Border Town there's much more to be seen. They see that non-combat witches can play irreplaceable roles. Commoners can be as capable as witches. And they witness the amazing effects when everybody works together. Just like this door. When it's pushed open, a broader world can be seen. Have some special reasons to have chosen Iffy and Soft Feathers. This must be perceptible to Brother Roland Mancacrete.com. Time to get up. Already it's almost time for dinner. Last time, wait a moment. However, since you came back last night, have been absent from today's magic practice. Mancacrete.com. Once in a while it doesn't matter. I still have a lot of things to do in King's City, want to tell you. You can support our team reading at mangagreat.com. Wendy and the other girls will be coming back soon. This time there'd be new witches. You need to go wash up. After returning from the King's City to Overwinter City, spent the whole night with Anna, it seems that the brief parting does make the reunion particular hot. Mangacrete.com. It's almost evening. Seeing this, you should meet them directly at the dinner table. Me say a million bread. Who could think that become the Grey Castle it a month? If Till finds out, she'll be very surprised. Mangacrete.com haven't held an enthronement yet, so it's okay if you just address me with old title. However, you had an arduous trip. Now enjoy tonight's feast. Make yourself comfortable. This is your home too. Maybe it's because of fear of life. Your Highness Roland, last time you gave me a scarf asa present last time and haven't Mangacrete.com thanked you yet, sugar. Yes. Your Highness want to thank you personally. Don't be so formal. It seems that a lot has changed here. But it basically remained the same when you left as. Yes, you're still our sisters. HHH sister Wendy, hug me too. Quincrescom Blooding Witch, are you talking about those two, Iffy and Soft Feather? It turns out that the witches of Sleeping Island still have such an organizational division. No wonder you and them seem to be a little stranger. Well, Iffy is a combat witch. She can summon a cage made from magic power and thereby capture more powerful enemies than herself. Even ashes, if she's not wearing the god's stone of retaliation, would find it hard to get out of once trapped. About Soft Feathers, although she is not a combat witch, Mangacrete.com, she is also powerful. Any object she is touching becomes sticky as long as she touches it, and they can't be separated once they're stuck together unless the magic power fails. This kind of ability could be widely used, right? That's unbelievable. The Wolf Heart Kingdom's witch Heidi Morgan agreed to send these powerful witches to us. Well, the members of the Blooding Association are very powerful. They not only have many combat witches, but the rest of the non-combat witches have superior abilities as well. They did a lot for the quick construction of Sleeping Island. However, they always feel they're superior to others and often bully the witches with fewer abilities. The number of witches in the fjords would have dropped more than half if it weren't for Lady Billy's great efforts to stop them. It turned out to be like this: the witches to the fjords have never had to experience life and death together like the witches of the Witch Cooperation Association. MangaGreat.com just puzzled about. Till sent combat witches here. Did Till want to? Oh. Not that would be insane, though risks do exist. The reward would be very handsome. MangaGreat.com in fact, those boxes of magic stones left Agatha are really tempting. Hey, are you alright? Not very good, almost have a heart attack. Unfortunately, Till just left me to make the decision without any explanation. What kind of decision? Micah Crees.com. Do you want to borrow their power to capture the demons? But our website MNCA CM Bosporus, the last release that which human wife's demon queen. Manka Create.com. Is it turn? Let me talk about it first. Can instantly trap an approaching enemy and can also cause fatal damage to the opponent, shrinking the cage. How many can you capture a time to only have 2 hands, your majesty? And as long as don't let got, even Ashes can't get out of it unless release her. Yuyon Crayict this one. Don't you find someone to test ability? Think Maggie is a good choice. Give heard that she's evolved and can transform into a strong monster. If you witness that even something like her can't get out of trap, you won't worry about ability anymore. This is a good method. After the all prototype of the fierce beast that Maggie became is the demon's mount. If you really want to catch the demon, you will most likely encounter the same enemy. Tell Leaf to call Maggie here. Maggie is here. Cool. What can do for you? It seems to be heavier again. Please turn yourself into a giant bird demon and to break free from Jiffy's magical cage. See cool. Manka Create.com. Let's begin. Always feel that she seems to be bigger. Just watch it. Manka Create.com. Was really caught. It seems very easy. If you add another demon on board, you should be able to capture it together. And it's very strong. Okay, we understand. You can stop now. Manga Create.com. Ouch. Maggie. She. Decent Uru U website. Manka Create.com. Gosport. They're the last release that which human wife demon queen. Manka Create.com. Pardon me fop, lack of manners, you majesty. Yoke majesty, keep potential will explode. Drink a crisis, living her much greater strength. I just want you to have accurate test results. Now it seems that even an evolved non-combat witch still can't compete with combat witch. What made Iffy think that it was reasonable to her own kind to get the test results? What kind of environment had she lived in? How's Maggie? MangaGreat.com. She's a light. Visit and head at our website MangaGreat.com. She's not heavily injured, except for some reddening welts and swelling. COO relax yoke majesty. I'm always aware of how power I see those areas of redness will recover within 2 days. Apologize to her. I'm soppy, your majesty. Not me. Apologize to Maggie. Manga Creaiko. What? It seems that the atmosphere of Sleeping Island may be worse than I thought. And the most important thing is that she thinks her approach is okay. Can I think of nothing? There were several ways to punish her that didn't help her to reverse her deviation from the 3 views. You think you've more powerful than the non-combat witches, so you can despise them. In fact, you've not that strong. You think combat witches are superior to assistant witches because you have the ones who can protect yoke kind light. Mancacrete.com. This is ridiculous. You can't win fight entirely yourself. Your majesty, do you mean to say that a non-combat witch can defeat me? Yes, you don't believe it. Most witches in the witch minion could easily defeat yoke, even if they've never used their power in a fight. Madakrako, that's you imagination. Okay, how about a duel between you and Maggie? She'll show you should never look down upon the assistant witches. What? You mean first between me and the dumb pigeon? The duel is set for tomorrow. You'll see that you've not as strong as you think. Hunoi Kriaiko. Don't be merciful. Let keep kneel down and beg for mercy. Do understand besides that NBAN is watching from behind, so ahead. CQKC Krako. Don't know now. You don't even think about beating the other person. Yoke heart, right? I'm not. If you let he go this time, I will never take you on adventure again. Explorers don't need Coward, she is not coward, it is an impossible fop. Timid person to fight the devil, let alone she saved life, how talk like that? Oh, I'm afraid that she will shrink back. Listen, this contest is not simply matter between you and Kerf. His Majesty's arrangement is to make the witches of the Blooding Society wake to their mistakes, thereby changing their attitude towards other witches. Remember Eileen and Homie, there are many witches with similar experiences on Sleeping Island, right? If you teach each other lesson sense, you ape also helping them, so you ape not fighting fop yourself alone, you ape fighting to protect everyone like the last time you fought the devil. The way is Majesty Cleo can also say that if you win this time, ice cream and pepper barbecue will be served unlimited quantities, fop week, fop yoke. Book guaranteed to beat Kepi. Come on my giant. Believe yourself. Mancacrete.com, I'm here ahead. I won't cheer for you anymore, you won't hear it anyway. Not if more people support it, then the church would have unified the entire continent. It's too late to admit defeat. Otherwise it is not good to live to you Majesty's expectations. I won't lose. Then you should be prepared to be locked cage and then fall from thee and throw dough to chew on, is it? Thee. You can't be down, the only one who catch me thee is lightning Heika Kriaiko. So, the Dell begins. A. Even if you cape the stone of God's punishment, you can't beat me who has received combat training. Change. Oh, becoming bird is yoke way of fighting. This is dwelled where you escape. Sing ching __. Do use light to conceal whole figure and have unexpected attack. We that's ficti, if you want to tell the victory or defeat you will surely become the monster of the net hunter Mancacreo. The idea is good, unfortunately. I don't need to see the target directly, as long as it enters the tappet within range it will be sensed magic. It's here, see it? Give lip. What oh? Boom boo, ah. Boom boom, ah. LW. Decent and website MNCACRBTCOM Tosuprov Tub, the last release that which human well odor demon queen. We can't escape. What silly thing to say, the judgment army of the will soon catch in their hands, old end will be I. Can't. Anymore, you should first yoke QND Kriaiko. I'll happy you. We can't fast like that, obedient no matter what happens we be together. The other sisters were scattered on the way to escape, fortunately we can still support each other. Hold on, we will definitely find the Blooding Association as long as they ape sheltered. Beware. The witch who was running away was found. Just ahead. This is band J. Yunka Kriaiko. I. What's going on? What's wrong this? Help Z. Twist. An Vian Krako. How come in an instant? Ape, we saved, strip off their armor, food and packages and don't let of the stone of God's punishment. Yes, master, then yank these two little girls are handed over to yoke. Yes, master Heidi Ape, you looking fop, the Blooding Association. How do you know? Yes sir, we are all witches and there are teppy other people scattered. We don't have many staff members to take care of other witches if slip partner can't get here on their own, they are not eligible to join the Blooding Association. Of course not everyone who arrives where will definitely be able to join the Blooding Association. What is yoke ability? Show me it again. Ming mingling ming. What is there to finance? Itch. I want to be with Annie, the unpromising little devil. She is nothing blade. She is not, she saved me. Annie is the battle witch you need keep, she is fighting witch, depends on the ability when awakened, not the limbs you think she is. Great, it's because she is 5 or 6 years older than yoke. Can she heat food and light woods? It's pity that Blooding does not need to cook, then where will yoke send Annie to? It's none of yoke business. Listen well, old master Heidi doesn't like weak people. If you want to live on Archduke Island as a Blooding witch, don't mention the previous things again. What's the matter, still bemoaning the loss of companions? Master Heidi, listen, I can't feed many witches. Blooding needs beasts, not lambs, to be slaughtered. Child, have you ever seen a rock wolf? Rock wolf, they ape the symbol of the kingdom of Wolf Heart and the master of the mountains and cliffs. They can give birth to 3 to folk in litter. Not all of them will survive, because the female wolf will kill the cuts that cannot be fed, according to the hinting situation in this way, to ensure that the remaining young wolves can get sufficient supplies. Mernkrako, the offspring that grow in this way can continue living in the difficult environment of the cliff. This is the revelation given to the gods. Become beast child. The witch be like a beast in order not to be off under call oppression. Only a powerful witch like can survive. Row rid. ESOL deep. In the room it was dream now. Have you had nightmare? Are you okay? Who are Yoke? Anna Pine. Yoke Majesty, Roland wants me to take care of Yoke injury. How about it? Is there any pain? Now. Decent us and our webseub MNCA create CM support them. The last release that witch human well demon. Queen Manka create com. Really unsuspecting eyes. It must be someone who has never experienced suffering and struggle. It is the so-called lamb among the Heidi population. Snap. Yes, although you fainted not long. AOL, you ape also. Wait here, I'll bet something for you to eat. It doesn't where I was hit. What shame, I didn't expect to lose to that stupid pigeon. What method did she see? Obviously they ape manga. Great com group of untrained people. Delta. The lamb who only knows no to be content with pleasure. Idiot, this amount of training can't be completed. Food is really eaten. Fop nothing. So is Billy's gang of witches, and is this gang of witches overwinter city lambs? They don't have resistance all when facing powerful enemies to live. This world where the weak and the strong won. Unsung Kriaiko, this is the extra food I asked Heidi to bring you guys. Share it yourself. Be like beast. Like beast. Master Heidi was right. If the so-called leader Till hadn't had extraordinary witch next to Kerf, she wouldn't be able to sit that position. All can. Damn, are these people willing to follow Till and Wimbledon's orders? De Griek. Bring words to Roland. What the little girl give? I give mope. It's baked you more. I'm not too. Quickly Annie. Mankacrete. Comma you. It's baked you more. I have already eaten it. Thanks. When I slept, did I say anything? Yeah, you kept saying that I beast. Do you say that you are not beast? Yoke don't know anything. I understand. You ape just like me. We are all human, aren't we? Although witches have many magical abilities, Whole Majesty Roland said that they are basically the same as humans. Ape, you asking about the weapons used, Maisie? Yes, Yoke Majesty, I want to know how Iowa's defeated. That's it. She less and less gunpowder to push projectiles to kill the enemy. Manka Kriaikom, that deal with you have been specially modified and won't penetrate the body, otherwise you would have died. Did you see this thing? It is not bigger than little finger. It requires very complicated set of steps to produce it. This process hundreds of ordinary townspeople and 3 witches are required to participate, and less than that number of participants does nothing. And those witches are non-combat witches that you think are useless. Maybe they can't directly use their abilities to fight against Yoke. What does this mean? It is also difficult for ordinary person to knock down fierce beast with only his fists and feet. Ultimately occupy this world. Is still climax beings, not the beasts. I prefer to call non-combat witches auxiliary witches. They give most ordinary people new powers. Thole their own abilities. With the help of these, the human side easily defeat the beast. In sense, the auxiliary witch is greater than the battle witch. Yoke weapons play more powerful role the hands of the battle witch. This gap is not obvious, least it cannot influence the outcome of war. You imagine what is your chance of winning when you face 10 ordinary fighters who use the same weapons as Yoke. With Lens territory produce 7 of pick every day, and how many battle witches are there? Weapons alone do not work. If you want to maintain the operation of these weapons, you be equipped with huge production logistics team, which the whole of auxiliary witches is irreplaceable. Manka Kriaiko, I know have hard time understanding this fact. The reason humans are greater than wild beasts is that they use their own wisdom to create power. That this world has never had before magic is undoubtedly the best tools you are wasting this talent. You mean? The auxiliary witch also be helpful. That's light. Although the effects of magic are different as long as they are used correctly, they produce unprecedented miracles. The afternoon the reserve of the 1st Army will conduct live pile training. I arrange FOP you to visit it that time. You use your own eyes to observe what tail power is. Times have changed iffy. Decent it and read it. Our webseer Manka Creicom support the last release that which human well demon. Queen Manka Creatorcom. Are you until this time? Agatha come back early the future _ least to have dinner with everyone. Sorry I forgot to look the. I was thinking about making the last batch of nitrogen. I didn't expect that the day after going out was already dark. You have to blame the Lord. The lights are on the chemical factory. And it is no different from the daytime. I brought you dinner and it on the table. It's still hot now. I'm soppy to trouble yoke. You ape welcome. If you feel tired remember to ask Echo to sing you Song of Hot Springs. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't forget that you are also member of the Witch League. Manka Creicom, thank you fop yoke concern. Then I'm leaving now. Remember to eat. Witch leaflet. There is even honey. I didn't expect Wendy to notice this. Tail. What you on weekdays is nothing more than all kinds of grains and flits grown auxiliary witches. Meat is also available. There is not always the as fop. The spices sugar and honey are not to be mentioned. Even if there are witches who drive the swarm of bees, they are put on the battlefield instead of brewing dispensable sweets. Unexpectedly Wendy would keep the things that I like sweets to heart. Because I cannot feel the cold, I also particularly insensitive to warmth. However, living alone is indeed a bit deserted. Vengerkrach, maybe it's not bad to live with others. Unexpectedly the #I- level witches of tail are also unusual. Their intake of sugar. Ahem. What's the matter? Yoke Majesty Roland wants to see Yoke. If he wanted to emphasize the theory of the combination of work and best and let me come back sooner, I already know he'll pay attention to it later, so I won't waste his precious time. Manka Create Co. Isn't it __? This is one of the reasons? Your Majesty also said that Key wanted to attack the devil. What? Take me over. Now that you can't even bet 10 fortresses begins out, you want to attack the devil's camp. Do you think they ape as fragile as humans? You only need to kill few thousand. And then they will throw their armor and ruin away, will ruin the city and the great situation now. Not you misunderstood me. I don't want to destroy their camp. One intend to catch few living demons back. Like this. The new witch is right to do this after if he captures the devil that can be easily taken away with the balloon. Mr. Kruzko of corpse. I will also prepare some handcuffs and other things. It is not big problem to restrain them. What I want to ask is how long the red mist carried the devil last. Their blood after death be used to make runes. Generally speaking, mankacrete.com of red mist last fop about day, and the devil will choose the climbed of mist cans to carry according to different tasks. Fop example, if they perform surveillance and patrol missions, their mounts will happy 3 to folk cans pit. But this is the limit. After leaving the strange Blackcock Tower, the mist will gradually expire, otherwise the quest will be able to raise the devil and the chaotic beast, and large number of ones will be synthesized. I see. If you really bring the devil back, you make magic stone plane. Give me enter experimental materials. Independent laboratory and 20 mortals as assistants. The success rate of simple runes is about advanced _ well. Anyway, don't lava any meat stones related to it the way. Remember to take me and Miss Anna when trapping the devil. And Anna Manor Iceyoke Witch League. There are several high-level witches plus those weird weapons, and their strength is equivalent to that of the Alliance of Holy Protection Army. Even if she meets the Lord of Hell, Miss Anna activate the Divine Will 1 twice. AKA I almost forgot that thing. Thanks you fop yoke succession. You ape welcome. It is lifelong wish to defeat the devil. Don't let me down, Yoke Majesty. The way I have one more question. C did react to attack on the devil's camp now. Reach. You didn't say that before. I remember that you didn't ask to attack them first. Even without sacrificing, you also capture the chaos. Blade nail miniclot lee the camp ficti. Is there? I don't remember myself saying such thing. You did? Ahem. Ahem. Whole Majesty, I feel very sleepy. Please allow me to retire first. Really? Just mortal king. Mancacrete.com. KE will one day become the king of Greencastle and lead to defeat any enemy. I believe so. Believe him fop the time being. Decent up and our webseer Mankauri Adam support the last release that human wife Demon Queen. It's Heidi Korean deceived. His Majesty Poland didn't lie. The power of that metal ambition far exceeded the special bullet that Maisie used. Deal with me. Another weapon called artillery is even more terrifying. Its attack Rani is several times that of the guards who led. They said that this was the most old-fashioned field and weapon called the fortress was the true card of the artillery battalion. Now the roar seems to be still ears lingering. It may also be that she did not expect that there is power the world. What should we do next? Moi Griecom. No matter what purpose Heidi had previously held, it was meaningless the moment. To that Majesty till the many auxiliary witches under Wimbledon ape obviously mopesell than the battle witches of the Blooding Society. Over years the ability and growth that I told of has become jokelar. Main gr create com. Apart from Annie, there is nothing else worth remembering. You yum, I don't want to back to blooding again. Me too. Ape you crying. HNGACREAICOH I have no idea. Beasts never, even if they do not fop themselves. If from the very beginning it was the witch leave that met Annie, that would be great. Annie, forgive me Mandakriicom. Do you know these things about the Blooding Society? I'm not sure. Master Heidi forbids to disclose the past of the Blooding Society, and she herself rarely talks with Her Royal Highness Till. What about the other witch organizations that have joined Sleeping Island? Vang Reich, they not closer to the Greencastle witch, especially after the establishment of Maleficent, although some fighting witches secretly agree with Master Heidi's remarks. Most of them are unwilling to confront Ashes. It seems that the pressure on Billy's shoulders is not much less than that of mine. Moreover, Blooding Society itself is also suspicious. How Cello Heidi, the alerter of the Grand Duke of Morgan, not be able to raise group of non-combat witches is on city that did not intend to take them from the beginning, different from the purpose of holding group to keep warm Mike and Kresko. She wants that fight fop herself. Addition to help obsession with the kingdom of Wolf Heart. Maybe it is necessary to write secret letter to Till when she is careful to watch out fop the movement of the Blooding Society lit in an A. Doesn't Heidi forbid to talk about the inside stop of Crucial? Ape, you not going to take orders from her anymore. We want to join the witch level. Although knowing Mancacrete.com that the military display of hot weapons will give these fighting witches who are proud of their powerful capabilities serious blow. 1. I didn't expect the effect to be so significant. You Maisie, I can't for the time being about this point. Wait, are you? Please plans me. You Majesty. These are Mancacreicom, I see. On you clothes yoke, Highness. If you want to join the witch liable, don't bring the set of the Blooding Society. Mancacreicom. You apply to neither. Science cat tick. Everyone is willing to accept yoke, it depends on yoke performance. The title. No matter what, Overwinter City is the home of witches, even if you don't join the leveled live were. Fop long time. Manca create co. Thank yoke fop yoke kindness. This way that captured the devil would be staffed. Fact that is already enough. This also be called? Compared to her partner, Annie, least she survived. If the Blooding Society was really the only witch organization left the kingdom of Wolf Heart, then it would only be more misery. B. If talent the Church of Nobles. So the sisters would have such yearning fop the holy mountain Manca Creiko. I care are those Non-combat witches really sent Heidi and Morgan to other witch organizations. Order to avoid revealing whereabouts the gathering place of the witch organization is often chanced. How does she grasp this information? If he didn't lie, and the problem was clearly with the creator of the Blooding Society. Till should be told these news as soon as possible so that she investigate and prepare early. Decent but ready webs MNCA CREICM support the last release that human wife de Demon Queen. Manka CREICOM. How about it? Does it look good, Roland? I'm used to looking Maid outfits, occasionally see someone wearing it like this. Not bad. MNCN Greco. The fabric is running water. Chasing provided. Sorry not to men ton, it is light fop me to wear, it is also very durable. It seems that I design more clothes for Anna the future _ I'm excited. I calling today because I want to develop new source of power. Like steam engine, mana create, yoke majesty talk about business. Keep okay you look this first how you understand. Well, let bow to me again to beg for mercy night visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to thee. Translation I probably understand that it is also driven steam except that the propelling piston is replaced with windmill trophy which eliminates the reciprocating motion of the connecting do text. It is completely correct, its name is steam climbing which is still driven high pressure steam. Essence its efficiency is higher than that of reciprocating steam engine she by law duty. What should I do first? Like the gunboat last time you build working verification model, as long as this step is done it will be more than half MNGA CREICOM successful. However don't poppy about this, should have heard Wendy say I decided to take the initiative to capture the devil. Well, I heard that you won't follow along this time. That's fine, the last time I saw you were injured. It almost scared me to death. Really, I heard Keying say that you are the calmest one on the scene. It wasn't you to deal with it decisively. I might really just not allowed to say that word casually. I not it anyway. What I want to say is you protect yourself, understand? I will wait fop you triumph tree castle manka creacom. Don't worry, I won't let them other witches. Are you there? Of course I didn't overhear what you said. I came back only after seeing keep leave. Before you set off you have to rehearse several times advance, familiarize yourself with the entire capture process and the tasks that are responsible fop each other. However, this is only plan fop small climber of chasing the devil, and how to do it has to be adjusted according to the actual situation. Kanka create co if the arrest is the worst situation, I mean the irretrievable one. You being Anna back anyway. Is this the real reason you didn't get? Otherwise you would definitely choose to save me, right? Understood. I will do best. Noi Krez com well apart from Kerf only is the person that I believe. Eek. It seems that Baron has returned from the capital. I have to talk to him about some preparations. Fop steelmaking _ Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to the translation. His Majesty Poland has left the capital for week, did not hold the enthronement ceremony. Yes, the ambassador originally Your Majesty left the Chief Minister Baron and Lord Mons to take care of the affairs. He also left the capital few days about. Except fop the servants, no one is the palace now. The receptionist also said that if you want to negotiate with the city hall, he tells Yoke. No need, we ran non-stop all the way, ended rushing fop nothing ice. Leave this great city, go to the west to rebuild new city. What is His Majesty Roland thinking? Around and back to the pier, let's to the west too. Manka Kriiko sister, since they ape cone anyway we don't need to like this. I have told you twice don't call me sister on this trip, have you forgotten? Yes, clerk Lady Edith, I didn't take bath fop week, and I felt that I was about to have lice on body. So did Edith. After all you collect 2 heads all the way, almost all of them stink, then find hotel to rest fop one night and leave early tomorrow morning. Manka create co those 2 heads as well as other goods will be on the ship temporarily and I don't want to smell them anymore. What is going on here? Who burned ship? Could there be fire? The terminal. I don't know which damn guy hid the body on this ship, and the smell was smelled the stolen rate. You don't know everyone is very sensitive to this thing. After all, there was epidemic the city more than half year ago. It was called the corpses scattered the shot to deal with this thing. Only fire is safe. Sister, the corpse, he said, will not be ours. Me lair still don't call sister. The captain has been arrested. The guards fop questioning. How do you know him? Thank you, I don't know. I didn't expect it to be like this. It seems that we have to look fop. Ice Kato can line none. Probably this journey of allegiance will not be as smooth as I expected, will it? Decent Justin Webb's Manka Kriaikom Dosuprov, the last release that which human we are admin need. Manka Kriaikom. Ha, of. Had. Manka create co. Are these witches who are gonna to participate the Devil Capture project? Although His Majesty Roland said that they are auxiliary witches who have made the lot of contributions to the territory. From this point of view, they are clearly fighting witches. Keying is even more terrifying. As long as she escapes to the mist, the whole world will almost let her shuttle, and the obstacles reality are like nothing. End of Death, who came and went without trace and was unpredictable, was enough to make all enemies feel desperate. Us and Kreesko. Well, this nothing, there is nothing more incredible than the devil __. They destroyed the Witch Empire hundreds of years ago and are now stationed not far from the west. We will follow the instructions of Witch from more than 400 years ago to capture this monster for research, and according to the combat mission, Anna thermal card in necessary to destroy the many incoming demons one shot. Okay, it's still long time since Anna didn't conduct separate ability drill order to avoid excessive lethality. Please get away. Little bit Manka Kriaiko, it coming. It's finally coming. Understood. Let go of the balloon. Head and shoot them down. Wait, this is too far, right? If Anna can't how encounter these constantly rising things. Anna, don't need to keep your strength this time, just let it got. Okay. Understand? What happened? The has changed. The big move is coming. The big move is coming. Manka Kriaikom. Is this the maximum output? Well, punishing blow worthy of being the strongest card. So amazing this. Manka Kriaikom, front of this mighty power, the power of the beasts promote the blooding society is no different from the sheep, their mouths. This is the power of high-level witches. Are those electric lights all made of magic? Think probably. So the mist indeed, see the magic power surging crazily. But it is different from any magic power before. What color is it? Black, or the color without light is like whole formed. The stone of God's punishment, the power of the shining rune of golden light is actually dull black, the misty world. Match. Agatha, how many times have done research on the sign of God's will? Not many, and have told all the relevant conclusions. Got, after all, only the chief drive this kind of runes. And it is impossible for their magic to be squandered on the test. Arbitrarily have conjectured the stone of God's punishment is not void forbidding magic power, but contains extremely powerful magic power itself. It was so high that it had impact on the surrounding magic power operation. And it caused the ability to not be able to perform normally. But the students who were charge of the magic observation of the quest, the time clearly stated that the balance magic stone used for monitoring would lose its effect when the rune was released. Her observation was blocked. The strong light bursting out from the magical runes like dark shadow concealed the light, and the misty world of keying only magic has color, even if you look directly. The sun, it won't be affected anyway. This is didn't find it. So according to your statement, mankacrete.com, divine will rune penetrate the god's punishment stone. Is it because of its higher magic power? However, the chaotic beast transforms the god's stone, essentially reducing its magic strength, thus turning it into specific magic stone. Thought so. Or if the lack of light is really cause the strength of the magic power, then doesn't this happens to the witch Anna? The magic power, her body activate the magic mark twice, and it stands to reason hat higher than the stone of God's punishment, but the black fire can't penetrate the interference of the sacred stone, and there is no forbidden area around her. It doesn't make sense. Still have question Manka Kriaikom. Do magic stones need to be charged with magic power to take effect? Instructor believes that only life accommodate magic, and the material that loses life will be ruthlessly abandoned. The magic as evidence the blood of witches and demons. Although you don't mind overthrowing this conclusion, the magic stone is not much different from ordinary gem. Before eye is injected with magic power or formed runes, here should be some kind of connection among them. What missing, however? Let's put this matter aside. First, the answer should be found: the subsequent making of the symbology. The most important thing for us this stage should be the melting point action. 3 days later I visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to the translation. Froek yourself. Safety is the most important thing. Onus. It doesn't matter if the task is not completed, we'll wait for to come back the castle. Don't worry, I'm here. Levi. Mankakrut Ko and me, your majesty. Simple hunt is no more than life or death. If Tail had been like this every time he went on expedition, the devil would have built outposts to the gate of the city long time ago. It doesn't matter if you don't complete the task as long as come back safely. We are going. When away, remember to protect yourself and don't leave the castle casually. Come back soon. Well, hope all go well. Decent Uru new Manka Krakom Torah, the last release that human wife Sejuankid. The speed of the steamboat is slower than that of the balloon flight. It took nearly 2 days to reach the end of the Chili River. There were 2 ships traveling with, all carrying the most elite veterans of the First Army, and the captain was Brian Maka Kriazko. They are deployed on the riverside 2 of 3 kilometers away from the place of action, and they are not directly involved, hinting unless there is accident they will take on the interception task. This time the hydrogen balloon does not need to too high as long as it bypasses the snow-capped mountains. Sylvie will be able to look directly the beholder on the top of the Blackcock Tower through the rocky cliffs on the showed. According to Agatha, as long as someone notices the beholder, it senses the other's presence the same time and locate the position. JA. Manka create Kohu. How is it doing? You see anything? I have to get closer, or I won't be able to hold on for long. I see key. Shay. Q Van Gr Greatco. That's it, find it. Mankakriai.com has attracted the attention of beholders. They ape coming bigger. Raja hiss. Jab of. Got to ambush. There are 5 black dots. Folk driving horror beasts this nympho moon then. Agatha predicted it does not exceed the warning red line. Mankakriai.com wait. This seems to be different from the doctors. Devil Agatha did not mention how to deal with this situation. Is it? TKE arrest is still carried out according to the original plan. Mankakriai.com. You to meet, I will destroy the balloon. Wait. What's wrong? His Majesty said that once the enemy finds the balloon, Canadian list back to destroy the balloon. Order to reduce unnecessary risks, we should to the First Army to Man and Krakow converge next. I saw strange devil, the enemy is not only madman, I have to inform everyone. The ambush area is sleep, even if you pass you may not be able to find them right away. It doesn't matter, I will like abilities along the way and I will definitely find them. Mike and Krexco. Hey, come on. Mankakriai.com, do you dare to chase it? Let taste the power of the bomb. So far, everything is planned. You. The devil is nothing more than that QNCR Greco. Then take them into the deep forest-dominated sister Yezip. The dense branches, vines and sawtooth will inevitably become the enemy's nightmare. Decent but website MNCACREICM Bosporus, the last release that which human wife's demon queen. I see those demons poles ape fearful of demons and are extremely terrifying. Killers fop mortals, the witches ape not afraid of them as long as we avoid looking their eyes. Under the fire-scarred scars on his face concealed the real eyes of the fear demon. Manka Krasko. It out that they are fearing demons, then what about? Armored demon that alone is it possible to be the Lord of Hell? Not if I bless it right, I think it is. #E-level devil all likelihood. We are trolley. Nwawa Huniol Kuju. The Federation knows very little about them, only knows that each of these demons possesses several abilities and looks similar to humans except that they are Korea. Whether it is power of magic, they are extremely powerful. And it is said that only transcendent compete with them beyond the extraordinary we don't even have. Extraordinary which now and inform ye I to stop the operation. We will retreat to the First Army's defense line together. It alone because of the flying magic stone. If only Canadian and Maggie were okay once so many of left the shelter of Yezip, it would be impossible to escape its pursuit. Although I have never seen real #I-level devil, I heard Master Awards say that when fighting these clinging and powerful demons you concentrate all your energy. Mankacrete, come on the enemy. Even small negligence kill yoke ye zip. I'm listening, do you have any idea? The plan has changed and all the witches are notified to change to the not plan. We abandon the capture and use the magic seal to wipe out the enemy. Manka Kriaikom let King stare. The armored devil Anna catches the opportunity to do it directly. Don't hesitate. Are we really going to fight against high-level demons? #I-level demons rarely appear alone. And now the opponent has only 2 feared demons as guards. Even if there is no transcendence we may not fail. Exposing the back to the enemy is dead end and going all out is only chance. I see the lightning coming back, they ape coming. Mixon Kriaiko. How's it going? The armored demon to not land. Trailing lightning. The other demons park their points outside the woods and chase them in longer. Iko. Wait, it seems that there is one less chaser and there are only 3 hopped beasts closest to yoke abilities. Ape not suitable. Fop fighting. Keep hiding where they. What if the enemy wants to escape? Don't worry, we still have Maggie. Good. Very good. Let's get rid of these stupid crawlers first so that the enemy has nowhere to even if they want to escape. Manka Kriaiko. Poor Pord. Gutkan Greco. Don't expect to play. Micah Kriaiko. Manka Kriaiko win. Sit. QNDN Krako. Maggie Catchmel. Mankacrete.com Chi. Macarena O. It is resolved. The matter has reached this point and there is no way out. It's to you next Nightingale. EU are Uru and website MNCA Create.com support them. The last release that which human wife Demon Queen. The incoming enemy has Chia need, and the melting point operation has been changed to Plan 2. This means that the mission has been cancelled and must take care of it. Of course the most important thing to give Anna chance to release the rune of God's will. No matter what have to bring if things are her really bad to that back point. Does it mean that Anna is also possible? Everything is to you? Not absolutely not. Can't live to his trust and even without this order won't be able to pass own level. If the omission is really caused, this reason will never forgive myself life. The enemy is coming. Manga Kriai. Come with me. Got it, you guns will follow later. We found the target. Man GR Create Co. It madman. Wait. This is it. What Agatha said to fear the devil is the magic reaction, the body even stronger. The most conspicuous one is on the head. They're also high level demon that needs key defense is not. If the intelligence correct, it should be monitoring the situation over the forest this time. Visit and this Mantua manga Create.com. The translation: there is no doubt that the heart and fear that cause panic. That should be the first object to be resolved before they opened their eyes. Manka Create Co. He is about to open his eaves. It not that easy mankakriai.com. He has controlled his companion. Take advantage of it now __. Ren Kreesko. I. Sister Anna sister waving is careful. Manka Kriak. It is coming to you. Anna. Huh. Vijay Kriaiko. Visit and read this Manhwa manga grease.com to support the translation. Power is this. It actually interrupts magic. VHDN Craich. MHO French. All. Anara. Let. Decent UT and website mankakriai.com support them. The last release that which human wife is demon queen. Queen Craich. It's get, that light is. Manga create.com. Is this rune of divine will? Wrong. Like black hole, this is its own ability. Mankakriai.com. All. Alkali. Lightning leaf this actually saw the path the woods. VA Megacrack.com. Oops the mist has been. Hi Mingle.com. Hi. PTFE. Leaf are you okay? Okay Leaf was very concealed. It was not surprising that he noticed the strangeness from the air. What is really hard to understand is how it is cracked QVICN Kriko. Obviously it is releasing magic power. Is the brilliance the same as the stone of Bod's punishment? Now is not the time to think about this. The shock just now was just prelude to the enemy mankakriai.com. KB stopped immediately. What can't shoot Tupolev? If you can't hold back its actions were. There is no one to save Leaf. Although the ripples eliminate the effects of the ability a wide Rani, they cannot withstand the magical power. As long as the turbulent Makine Krako cyclone returns to stability, the ability be reactivated. It's actually magical barrier. Manga create.com. Damn, how many abilities does it have? July. Manga Krees.com out Thai. MVI in Kraycom iffy. Crust it, I can't do if it's too powerful. Mankakriai.com up Nightingale take iffy and leaf away. Covers and Kreltsko it's Anna. Decent us and our websub mankakriai.com support the last release that which human wife is demon quail. WSI dand rend wiskinwane linagagria colio saporia huranslationuim the tactics of dispelling. Ability cannot be used now, the opportunity is kepai. Makakriai kohu. UK are so impressive. Missin Krisko. Yo cape so badly. Anna. She is okay, it's that her magic power is exhausted. Don't mess yet, I'll help you bandage it soppy to bother yoke. Visit and this Mantua manga great.com to the translation. MRDN Krako how come? It actually abruptly resisted the attack of the line of Bod's will. Leaf is difficult to move, Anna is coma, and lightning is missing. Who else can? What ape going to do? Let's fight to the last moment MKCN Crench. Although magic power is almost used, don't forget fighting witch. Still use yoke abilities, take them to hide. If you can't take all of them, take least one iffy. Maggie crush it. Q and Krako. Fortunately. Color Agatha Maggie good job Maggie. Bite it with you months, smash it with you tail. Visit and this Mantua manga great.com to support the translation. Menkazazko, is it true? It's the Demon Slayer. Take the chance now, okay? Manka create.com. Absolutely NNC a Creascom, never let it away. Let me do it. Acre. Just an websub manka kriicom torpor, tube the last release that human well demon queen. The demon is dead manka create co. Only half of the armor is left it out. That it is not as strong as expected it's unbelievable sit and wise manka griicom. All survived which is really miracle don't know how to report to His Majesty Roland. Mansi Kriesco not this is definitely not ordinary victory you have to know that the enemy is magic. Slayer. Perhaps several high-level witches fight against high-level demon there is absolutely no way to defeat magic slayer to be able to compete with it is lists be superior to the extraordinary this is. Lesson learned the blooding association. What is the agility of magic slayer that is not ability title high-level demons have several abilities unlike witches their abilities ape not awakened icon. Someone once observed that high-level demon who led his army to attack tail many times had 2 more magical cyclones his body few years and the magic slayer does not refer certain type of cyclone the opponent's ability is strong enough to police the effect of the magic stone you mean forbidden. Magic 2. To be precise it is interference their ability attacks have chance to break thole the defense of the god's punishment stone and their magical attacks will be restrained and weakened moreover the magic slayer also dispel magic effects and stop the ability to take effect making it great enemy too. Any witch? Take Anna as example if she becomes magic slayer, it means that the black fire exists even within the range of influence of the god's punishment stone main Kriiko the same time interference areas will be formed around the black fire and other abilities will be invalid. Unless the opponent is another magic slayer. So didn't it completely kill it the first time the seal of divine will probably after all this is the first time I have experienced this kind of battle and there was no record of the Federation. Line divine will against magic slayer before after the extraordinary witches of the Federation where the magic stone they are like the on the battlefield wherever they Osmond I fit away like Haruyuki. And above the extraordinary is the center of the visit and website manga greatercom if meet Paris Saima. Will definitely be impressed help strength TCITTHCOF? The Federation who has become demon slayer as far as I know not and there may never be witches and demons are fundamentally different. Oh, see Kakretko? Look this what is this thing? Are these gems it is magic stone. Although it is not clear what type it is if you look the color and luster it should be God's punishment stone of excellent quality before transformation the loot of the high-level demon will certainly not be bad I didn't expect it to kids the box the body. If you say that will there be box the other demons. Website I will look fop it is careful not to touch the jar that stores the red mist. Sister Wendy I found them Nightingale Agatha are all okay. Minnie, CECOM. Anna Skew don't poppy about the coma called the exhaustion of magic power soppy I was still flying. The time as soon as the sword of the demon flashed I fell. Manka Kriiko that time I didn't know what happened and I couldn't help everyone. It's great that you ape still okay. This what is this old enemy yes the dead demon. Have to let the soldiers search the forest and move the other bodies back meat armor clothing and weapons to carry none of them be missing this is the order of yoke majesty visitant reading yes. Website mangagria.com understand. It's pity that living demon was not caught, and the plan had to be postponed again. Living demon probably there is what where I'm not slope either. Mancacrete.com if the demon swim then he might still be alive. This is the enemy we will face the title. It doesn't look strong except for being Sibba what nonsense ape you talking about haven't seen the witches who have been you haven't seen their abilities that's paid those who died be extremely cool, least hard to deal with than evil beasts even Master Anna was. That's the witches ape cautious that they want to chop off all their limbs just to prevent it from making be although when we fished it from the sea it had almost no strength. I didn't expect to be able to successfully complete the task after such be change I was indeed lucky to don't you to rest. After applying the herbal medicine, it was better before meeting His Majesty Roland all the pains of the coward society were resolved leaf. Fortunately everyone is safe and solid, this action is negligence high-level demon, it's not yoke fa. Lilt. I don't know that they will appear alone this remote place, this is also something I don't understand. After all they have always been hiding behind the army, never acting alone, and their numbers are extremely raped concrete. I thought I would have to wait until the red moon came before I had chance to meet them. When I saw those magic stones I was suddenly uncertain again. The magic stones collected from them, this time too many. Thousands of fears have been killed. The Federation, if the magic stone is so easy to obtain, the explorer will not deliberately want to capture and raise the chaos beast, do they? Cape many magic stones. With them, could it be that these flip 100 years they have not stopped production? The devil's life spank growth limit promotion path and reproduction method ape, all unknown the past 400 years. What exactly have they developed into Manon Krennico? If the enemy accumulates many magic stones they also accumulate many high-level demons. Hope that when we know everything it will not be too late. Just Mankauri Iacum support the last. Release that witch human. Wife's admin queen. Next I have to find clean and comfortable hotel and then to the convenience market. What ape you plans, Miss Conrad? If you are not familiar with this place I think I help. Thank yoke, you have helped me lot along the way, this is enough. I will to the city visit and haul for help. Their website mangobaycom should be news about relatives. It's matter of doing if it's honor to be able to meet distinguished aristocratic lady like. Please feel welcome. When I find family member I will definitely thank yoke me. Victor. I looking forward to out meeting again. Out had me too sister, you are really welcomed. What should call me ahem. Edith visit and website mangagreat.com. Short period of time the western region was integrated into new city and the resident population and business trade have exceeded the original kingdom capital. Outstanding heir to the throne actually had bad reputation of being ignorant and stubborn. I really became mope and more interested him. Manga create com. Cole first to the castle to submit the paperwork and get touch with yoke majesty as soon as possible. The northern region has stated their intentions. Yes, the leader claimed to be Cole Kant, the second son of Calvin Kant, the present Duke of the Northern Region. Cole Kant. Your Majesty, on behalf of Father MNCNCRZNICOH. The Duke of the Northern Region has gift for you. Oh, gift, yes, the Hates family and the List family. From the Northern Region, Your Majesty, both of the Earls were not only disobeying yoke rules but also attempting to collide with the other nobles to rebel. Father looked through their scheme ahead of time and punished both of the families. This, it looks like he should be Sir Hole's deputy. Is his aura more eye-catching than the Cit himself? However, I didn't expect to come back to the western region so early. Die to negligence there as old evidence were destroyed on the way. Hold on yoke. Father directly executed both of the Earls. Yes. This is fiercer than expected, taking the heads of the two Earls as tokens of pledging allegiance. Shows that they could hardly gain farther from the nobles. The eastern region least the possibility of uniting against their territory greatly reduced. Both forehead hates and double list were reputable families of the northern region, even more influential than the 5 big families from the western region. However, the name of the Kant family was not very famous. I remember the family only appeared about years ago. It was unexpected for Timothy to choose Calvin Kant to be the person in charge of the northern region. It may case dissatisfaction with the older families if the difference of their strengths were too mic hit would be less effective, even those it's to pin down the two families. So what he said is tried Kit's unlikely lie. However, this is matter of the noble's glory. Visit and website mangagreat.com. If it turned out to be lie, and you've accepted their allegiance, northern region will have botched it fop themselves. First of all, I'd like to express gratitude to the Duke. Defending the honor of the royal family is the responsibility of every noble. You father has done good job. Secondly, both of the Earls have received the punishment they deserved. And the kingdom won't further look into what? Is that so father will be very happy to hear that he's always wanted to serve the true king. And he finally has the chance now. Is it I'm also very happy to accept the allegiance of Duke of the Northern region? He agrees to obey the new regulations of Grey Castle. The new regulations, what are they? The relation is to retrieve the manor power of the noble. There's no longer be any noble title. The kingdom, all the domains within the kingdom of Grey Castle will only have one look, who is the king himself from now on. What you majesty, this no worries nobles ape still nobles visit and website manga create you. Excellent life will not change anyway and there will be chance to each new peak lonesome. Stronghold has fully implemented. This set of laws see many stories regarding the change and some real life examples of the nobles. The manual. It seems to make nobles lose some of their privileges. It actually removes nobles from fief-free yourself and devote yourself to the B arena of the kingdom and even the entire continent. Jug Suffolk. Fuzzy Susie Sutfully D Jug this son I don't know profiled. Suitsfza Uzi KSITFZLZEI Suitsfza UDR Suitsfza D. Slitsfza UC Suitsuyl Sitsfza Suitable UDD Submit Sups UCA Bubble. Anyway, you send the news back to Calvin Duke before he answers. You stay over Winter City and visit the unique scenery here. I think you will like it here. Yes, you majesty, is he really the second son of the Duke? Although he looks little younger, he shouldn't be worse than his female officer. Then yoke majesty. May I have top within your domain to see how the parole steamed and steam engine are made? Oh. Are interested it? Yes, I've heard about strange ship. When I was the king's city I realized that they're everywhere. Here the western region I'm Cleo's to learn how paddle steamer moves without sail. I see I'll get Prime Minister Baron to arrange it, thank very. Although sending the second son has its own meaning of sincerity, I do not intend to waste this sincerity. It will be withheld for the time being as guarantee to prevent the other party from taking risks. Mancacrete.com Lightning Maggie. Your Majesty, we've captured Demon did come back first. What about the others? Anna Leaf and Nightingale were injured. What? Luckily there's nothing serious. Visit Andrea website managacrees.com. However, it's pretty painful. Cool, please allow Miss Anna to come. With nothing serious really. Nothing serious. Cool. I'll order someone to pick Nanak. Remember to finish telling everything once next time, okay? Massacre. Aiko. It's difficult task this time. Anna said, be waiting Fop, the castle, the pier is not safe. You Majesty Manca create co. Thanks Fop yoke hard work Nightingale. Actually it's okay. Thank you Nightingale. Thank yoke Nightingale. Website manga great. We also join. We also join too. Puff, thank all Fop you hard work. Just website Minsia.com support the last release that witch human wife demon queen Manca Kriicom. The mist will only last until tomorrow evening. So the experiment should be carried out before tomorrow afternoon if we want to make the sigil ill. Still need half day to melt down the base of the sigil and I may fail few times during the process. The red mist is fatal to witches. How did manage to change the gas tank? We turn to the common people for help. I've brought back some of the empty storage tanks case we needed them. The fat like underscore Kanka Kriicom control the magic power it used. If it do it I don't need to specifically manipulate its every move, rather just give it order and force it to follow the order. This command is beyond the limits of language and thought. So even the demonic beasts would follow it. Of course it shouldn't be too complicated. That's good. Connect the limbs so I see the power and intervals of mad demon spear thrower. Hold on. The castle. Will there be accident? Yuyon Greco don't poppy, we're watching it. Situation where there was lack of anti-freezing agent, it would only prevent the limbs from becoming rotten. But it would not be able to prevent the structure from becoming burned. The freezing la air, however. Poor condition of the broken limbs was clearly improving and even the mottled were fading. Bit a bit under the unreasonable magic restoration start. Mlitten Krakow. KE really wakes everything is under control. The test site is ready, you Majesty. Well, the target is about 200 meters away from the wooden shed. This is also the conventional combat distance of rotary rifle. Start yes. MangaGreat.com. The power is not small. All if it were replaced iron spears, I'm afraid it would be more powerful. MangaGreat.com. Upper. However, looking the dressing of the mad demon, the enemy probably had less of understanding of metal utilization compared to humans. Even the armor of the senior demon did not look like it was made of pure metal. It was probably due to the high temperature flame needed to smelt the metal, and the red mist happened not to be resistant. If the next test is going to be started, quickly let's bet started dance. Hey ya! MangaGreat.com. Yoke Majesty. It seems that the load of brought the continuous use of magic stones has made it impossible to continue. The most threatening technique, the Mad Demon, could be compared to evolving rifles using black powder bullets, which has replaced the bolt rifle, could easily pierce thole steel plate. The basic combat capability of the demons did not exceed the combat efficiency of the conventional firearms. It implied that at least the humans would be competitive on the front line of the battlefield. The climber of common people on the fertile plains is times more than those the kingdom of Grey Castle is the number of witches. If every one of them had speared their hands, the demons would have probably back to where they came from. Visit an out website maniac.com. That's all for today. The injury test shall begin tomorrow morning. What's that? We're going to test the resistance ability of the various parts of the demon to shooting, as well as the effects of kidney, the chemicals, pill of madness, and dreamland water. Oh yeah, and get Lucia to separate the composition of red and she what we bet out of it. Unfortunately, the demon can't be kept alive for the long term, otherwise more comprehensive data could be collected using Nina's healing power on the demon. What is this to you, however? I'll need 2 witch assistants to help me make the sigil, and the materials be prepared advance, as the blood doesn't last once the demon is dead. It's better to start melting the God's Stone of Retaliation when the demon is still alive. Has this been Lunga Kriatkon squeezed? Never thought that we could still observe the demon this way. The way what kind of sigil do want to make the failure doesn't consume the stone itself. What's with yoke? Never mind, it was simply slipped of the tongue. Most you'll only be losing some raw materials. Let me come back to you with answer tomorrow morning after the magic stone collection. Minkracom. Sister, I've done bathing and the water is still warm. Do you want to take bath as well? Get the servant to boil new basin of water. CNNC a Greco. Do you understand the principle of the water intake here? Give sent someone to ask around. The water of the pipeline seems to flow out from the standing iron tower as fop. How the water flows upwards from the well, they didn't really say anything about it. Oh, yeah, there was something the bathroom that it looks like special pad. It smells perfect after soaking the water. It feels fantastic to clean the body with it. I assure that even the milk and loose bath is not as comfortable as this deliberately arranged. His Majesty. Manga. Great businessmen say that candlelight means wealth, and the brighter the night the richer the place will be. I thought that the brightly lit scenes would only be seen the taverns of theaters, the inner city here. I understand. Under this kind of light, the entire factory area will continuously produce all kinds of goods. Night. They call it industrial products. This kind of feeling is far more than fighting on the battlefield of something else. Roll iron ingots were worn off fast spring grinding wheels, and then holes were spared out of the holes. The drill bit of oil and debris. What new sense of beauty? Really don't know what is so good about this. Only His Majesty Roland would think that these black things contain beauty, hidden beauty. That was right, it was the beauty that was brought the pipe power, and that could knead and transform the metal without any restraint. The beauty was far beyond the beauty of colorful seams and exquisite luxury clothing. Manga. Great. How does His Majesty know these pieces of knowledge? What else does he know? Just on your website MNCO.com support the last release. That which human wife is Demon K. What do you think? The bathroom. I mean the new law. Mancacrete.com. I'm going to write father letter Sufi. tomorrow and tell him His Majesty's terms. I don't think we'll agree really. Give the booklet distributed. His Majesty lets aside the credibility issue FOP now and look the example. The top-ranking noble listed as the example is Earl's son, who is clemently equivalent to Duke without lands. To be honest, I'd definitely make the same choice if I were merely knight, however, or father is the designated ruler of the northern region, Duke of the city of overnight. He has far greater power and more distinctive social status than the oldest son of the honeysuckle family. If he agrees to His Majesty's terms, it means he's consenting to hand over his domain. This isn't promotion demotion, instead subs. Good reasoning, Gut. You've missed one thing. What? Whether we're able to keep old client status and power is uncertain. Have even thought of the reason we grant lands to subordinate knights and vassals. This way we will have them remain loyal to the Kant family and also attract more courageous men to work FOP. What if old father becomes the sole ruler of the entire northern region? Mean to have all the lands go to old family? That won't work. If we hold all the lands, these knights will lose their properties and thus leave FOP somewhere else to seek employment. So will the lower nobles. Does it mean that the Kant family will then become the only nobles the town? Vrzenkriaiko, isn't it nice? Of course not. Oil region is way too large to handle ourselves. It'll be rather problematic to collect taxes and food. We can't wait FOP those lowlifes to voluntarily hand these things. So order to keep old own land, we continue to expand vassals. The final analysis, it is called the needs of war and limited management capabilities, visit and were. This is also the main reason for His Majesty's belief, the feudal system. However, now the situation has changed. No matter how we expand old team, we cannot stop His Majesty's thunder blow. His army has no rivals, the entire kingdom. Meanwhile, His Majesty firmly believes powerful City Hall will be able to manage the whole being as matter of course. There'd be no Vikriaiko need to grant lands to the nobles. Roland Wimbledon thinks such change is inevitable. Well-functioning centralized government will unavoidably replace feudal nobles because unified management system will make better use of resources across the whole section and maximize people's potential and thereby lately increase the productivity of the entire kingdom. Productivity determines the dominant power of the state. This is nonsense. What's productivity? Taiwa, does Ki get anyone to farm the so manpower land to administer the whole country and take charge of tax collection? He still after all needs to rely on the visit and nobles. That case website. What will be the difference? Those lowlifes won't care about who their king is. This point I'm as curious as a don't you think the person who is capable of jotting down such plan will have preparation FOP the implementation of the new laws. Lay call on again tomorrow. I'll do the talking this time. Sister _ape, you going to agree to His Majesty's proposal? Father will kill yoke. Hurt Kinjagreniko not. I will say that Ki had resent yoke. Us chlorine nitric oxide and cargo monoxide. Although both visit and website mangagreat.com swords could fatally injure them, the toxin could not die to their different physiological structure _Luz Kutzfist outside. But Suti PLZK fib suit jug, the dreamland water had failed to make the demon fall asleep and the pill of madness did not drive him crazy. ISU TSFNE. Suit slay D lipsols u jugful but sib. As to the ingredients of the red mist, it was composed of various gases and water. Kyle Litchi had confirmed those experiments that one part of the ingredients was flammable with unpleasant odor. However, demons appeared to depend on the feeble magic power swarming the mister rather than these ingredients to maintain their lives, which was also the red mist could only be preserved for short period of time. Furthermore, the red mist would break down faster. Temperature of degrees Celsius and would even degrees Celsius might create calm from the client point of view other than regular firearms. The fire is also lethal to demons. Your Majesty, the ambassadors of the northern region requested to see yoke. Puke, it has been one day. Got it, bring them to the drawing room. Also ask chapter to block all the exits to the foreign affairs building and stop the emissary delegation from betting out. Since they had refused to agree to policies, it left me no choice to detain them force. "You Majesty, please accept regards to Yoke. I'm the first daughter of the Duke of the city of Overnight. Edith Can't Hole's sister. More, Iko. Please forgive Colefop not introducing me during old first meeting Calvin's daughter. So you have the real leader of the emissary delegation." "Yes, that's me. Father has authorized me to act on his behalf with respect to all matters concerning this visit and has also given me his seal." It was fairly rare Fop woman to participate political affairs this era, especially Fop doling and Pretty One visit and website manga great. It is evidently not keep first time to deal with superior person. Other words, you make the decision on behalf of Yoke Father. Yes, you Majesty. More accurately tell follow advice. As to holding back her real identity, knew it was simply little trick to draw attention. It was not deliberate act of concealment of deception whatsoever disguised to mislead the other party alike. So Miss Edith, what's Yoke purpose of this meeting? Susan, Ebutorst Esau _bootlegs, tilde outfit sussul dz souks isutfi dlta, I have few subsul uu. Questions that I it and Crescom would like to ask Yoke subtle u egret. Said feudal nobles will be obsolete as the centralized power increases. However, how are you going to guarantee the effective management of all the local authorities the kingdom without the assistance of nobles? Is she planning to discuss politics with me and seriously visit and website? It had been long time since I had heard interesting question people and the development of technologies. Do you mean free men? What's the development of technologies? Cock. Aolic was trained, paid and dispersed the city hall, since the city hall will provide labors and necessary equipment. Mankun Kriiko administrators aren't required to have large properties of affluent manpower, therefore it doesn't matter whether they're nobles or not. How are you going to avoid dereliction of among the administrators of the king's city? How will the trade be distributed after the unification of the kingdom of Grey Castle? And really evaluate the performance of U policies with productivity. Visit and website mangagreat.com. That is the case. You did have thorough consideration before waiting down the opening statement. Thank you very much for your time, Yoke Majesty. I didn't expect you would answer questions. Manka Kriazko detail. Unexpectedly, she is such serious type as person who did not major political science. This was all I could talk about regarding politics. Could you provide the northern region with the equipment and workers for manufacturing steam engines? I'm afraid I can't provide the workers, as the city of Overwinter is also short of manpower. You're welcome to send you men to, were provided that the nobles the northern region waive their feudal rights and agree to be under the supervision of the city hall. You'll also teach them how to manufacture paddle steamers, of course, as long as they're willing to pay gold royals. This won't be problem, however. It'll be hard to move the production line to the north short period of time without the assistance of witches. Visit and website manga great. I'm very surprised. Told Toil you Majesty, there's one thing I don't quite understand. According to Yoke plan, you easily unify the whole kingdom of Grey Castle 10 years. Then the new policies won't face any backlash from the public and won't really need to cape about old opinions. Are you so eager? Manka Kriaikom, do really want to know the reason? Yes. Then follow me. I will show you one thing decentus, and wow sao mncacrcom support tub the last release that witch human wife demon queen Manka great com. And asked leave to surround the whole yard. Don't tell me that you plan to let common people participate the sigil manufacture. Goodness. What's this? The create you see is of different race. It's what you rumored as demon. They live to the north of the impassable mountain range and are also the biggest enemies that human beings have to face. The war between the demons and mankind has nothing to do with domains of wealth, with life and death. Demons' war of life and death. Visit and website mangagreat.com. Right, it's long stop that they has been keeping as secret Gran Cruzco. It is dated back to years ago, when people called tithe. Battle of Divine will. Now you have seen the entity, which also confirms what I said is tried. Next, let's move to the living room and continue to talk. Visayandradio websib me injacreescom was I being to just now, perhaps I should be more kind towards the Lord. Even the face of common people after all years have passed, the world is different now. I still don't like non-witches entering the laboratory where the sigil was produced, and I don't want His Majesty to know the method of making the sigil. Of course the latter would soon be revealed. Come in. Give been waiting, Miss Agatha. Do you need me to treat the demon again? Not ahem, you've time. Give just finished screening. Let's the materials into the boxes. And then we officially start the production. At Exenkurs, oh, the things we need to make a folk sigil of listening, sigil of screaming, and sigil of observing. The action of using high-quality magic stones left spermatic to make the sigil of screaming, and the sigil of observing was considered waste. The Quest Society his road now that Roland possessed powerful firearms. The demand for the combat sigil was of course not as strong. Mac and Kriiko. Do the poor materials affect the quality of Sicily? Yes, it mainly depends on the god's stone of retaliation and the magic power of blood. The Quest Society thought that the magic power transformed all aspects of the body. The physical quality of senior witches was apparently better than that of ordinary witches. Van order to improve the efficiency of the sigil, we would bold best to choose the blood of the strongest demon and the god's stones of the best quality to make better sigils. FOP example, Lady Alice's god's sigil of retaliation was completed with the blood of dying spermatic. On the battlefield, will the same happen when witch's blood merges with the god's stone? Visit and website mangagreat.com. It is not the same. The god's stone won't melt like candle and the reaction won't be as intense. The formed liquid flow freely like water now. However, the demon's blood will eventually solidify and become as hard as stone. Therefore the process of making sigil is similar to melting metal. Before it's completely solidified, we have to embed the magic stones and complete the most crucial step, connecting the magic veins. Veins like plant. The Quest Society thought that only life could cape, and without the magic veins, magic power sigil will only be dead. To object, the magic stones would still be individual entities, would not jointly produce the incredible power after the combination. Does this mean that the demon's blood give these ordinary substances life? Minka Kriaikom, it doesn't happen with the demons alone. We need witch's blood as well. The Quest Society only discovered this secret accident. Mixing the witch blood with the demons would produce strange effect, keeping the melted god's stone alive as plant. The vein would not lose the effect of magic power, even if it was left aside for long time. Manka Kriaikom. I'm not slow how to describe it anyway, you'll understand when you see it. Help me heal the solid. Please also, Anna, follow the instructions on the note and insert the magic stone into the proof. The reason I had chosen both of them as assistants, Anna could help to effectively reduce pain. Anna had the best learning ability within the Union. She was suitable FOP, the inheritance of the skill Man Kriiko. If it were not FOP, the hope of defeating the demons Roland Wimbledon showed me, and the unbiased treatment of all the witches, I would rather the method of the sigil making FOP good. The fact that the witch's blood could be perfectly blended into the demon's blood was unacceptable. To most people, even the Union confusion was very detrimental to the battle of divine will. The making of sigil was one of the secrets that the members of the Union had strictly kept. No need to bandage, thank you. The next step is to pop blood. Visit and website mangagreat.com. Unbelievably, they seem to merely. It really seems to be alive. So was it mankacreate.com successful? Yes, then it should be, and sealed within the silver foil. The final step is different depending on the type of Sheila. For example, the sigil of screaming should not be, as it would be used as whole. What will happen if we fail? The bloodlines won't be able to collect the magic power for some unknown reason. There's Manica Create Com, always chance of this happening no matter how good the materials are. The solution is pretty simple as well. We need to the magic stone off and redo it. Consume the blood. That's the demon's blood was considered more precious than the witch's blood. Tequila, no one cared. If the witch's blood was wasted doing experiment, we would be scolded and punished if we wasted demon's blood. Okay, it's time to do the next one. Use blood. Manka kriai com Anna heal the wind, she cannot replenish the blood. His Majesty has mentioned that losing to blood could cause dizziness and may even pass out. It'd not be beneficial to you. Experiment of course it'd be. For to rest fop few days before resuming yoke practices and productions, you'll recover faster if you more meat porridge and liver during yoke recuperation. Is that what His Majesty said? Yes, every witch had to attend the injury self-help class, and the main reason you selected me as whole assistant was for me to learn the method of sigil making, wasn't it? It's better for me to operate these too. That case, thank yoke. Decentus auriubsub manca criam gosport. The last release that witch human wife is demon queen. You wouldn't to fool me fabricating an incredible stop, or the demons really that powerful? There's no doubt. Each of them is aggressive individual, and there's astonishing number of them. Army could easily defeat Timothy's Nictate. They cannot defeat the demons. After all, they've been lurking around the Krun Krakow northwest region of the Land of Dawn, unlike the witches who will need to start from scratch. The most important dance is that there be no negotiating food this battle. And it won't end until one of the two parties is destroyed. That case, are you planning to break the news to everyone? Visit and website. Sooner or later, not now. I'm not slow how the people will respond regarding the horrible and ruthless alien enemy, and building confidence is slow process. I agree with you, panic is indeed scarier than any enemy. Give one last question, Manga Kriai. How long is the Battle of Divine Will from? 5 years of sooner. Nobody knows the exact time the bloody moon will arrive. Visit and website. mangagreat.com. I only say that the war may speak out any time, and I'm not able to slowly unify the kingdom of Grey Castle Little. This case, the Kant family is willing to be service. Yoke law will not be unimpeded. The North and Yoke order will be the only voice there. I also hope that all of you promises ape honored. Are you still thinking about the steam engine factory? Your father may not necessarily agree with that, and what the Kant family guarantee. Me what? Your Majesty, I'm the guarantee. If you've still worried about it, Cole stay where as well, This case, father would have to agree even if he is unwilling to. You've said you'll stay the city of Overwinter as hostage. Isn't that threat the eyes of the Duke? Not as hostage. Visit and website mangagreat.com. Please allow me to join you City Hall. I would like to witness the new world you have planned. Northern Pearl, it is indeed very dazzling. It is not only advanced-minded, also has strong ability to accept new things. If the North was really offering their comprehensive service to me, actual control of the territory would be doodled. After all, nothing is sweeter than the extra population and the added resources. This way, the excessive power of the nobles, the eastern section Rollo, feel the pressure. If everything went well, I might be able to accomplish the great reunification before the arrival of the months of demons this year's steer shoot shut vote date cited UXB due 8 #TFAE. UDSUFD itself. Thank FOP all yoke hard work did the process to well. GKCNCR Zico, we failed twice with the first batch, and Anna also participated part of the making process anyway. If you want me to make more Sibyls, please give me spacious independent laboratory instead of simple shabby stable like shed. IO Spellcaster's Tower. What's the use of this sigil? Sit Andre Matos websayu manga grenicum. They're probably the equivalent of phone alarm and camera. What's they fop? The Sibyls of listening would temporarily solve the challenges of transmitting long distance messages. The sigil of screaming tweeted high pitch when it sensed demon power, and it also effectively suppressed any of the enemy's sneak attacks. The sigil of observing could assist with Thunder's adventure plan. Manga Create.com. It was pity for me to miss the spectacular and strange ceiling, since I was liable to follow the fleet out to sea. Visit and website mangagreat.com. Captain, the reef area is just front of. Lower the sails and slow down. Attention everybody that's out. Destination, pick yoke ears and keep you eyes open to watch the water around. Yes. Are we really going to find her here? I see nothing. All Joan only appears when we're trouble. She won't just turn blind eye to ship that's going into dangerous area. She had transformed into fish now. Well, the last time I saw her only her lees had changed into fishtail. It was over years aeon, I'm not sure how she looks like now. Its type of smoking magic ability visit and website mancagreat.com. She transforms into any animal the sea if she's lived the sea fop all those years as said she has. Past the day of awakening smoothly like many years have passed, is it true that she's still this? C. Madam please trust. Manga Grenico since I knew she was witch I've kept close eye on this sea. Her singing voice is the symbol of Snow Wave Island. And I've heard that some merchants attracted it even desired to capture and keep her. Did you stop them? Shipwrecks stopped them and no one dares to do that again. I promise. I see. Thank Fop helping the witch. Ha. I look that old to yoke. Thanks Uncle Boss. I seem to hear. Singing voice the Northwest, NCA create com. Be quiet everybody. This is this key visit and or singing voice website mangagreat.com. Reef the sails and drop the anchor the landing shuttle down the sea. Ever since awakened and became witch she always remained hidden to avoid being caught anybody. Mancagreat.com. As she elided the ship's distress with only he voices very few people had seen keep before. Therefore as long as we plan to let Chase lay anchor to attract her we trace he's following keep. Voice. Visit and website Manga Great. Joan. Found her decent us webs Mancacreicom Bosporus the last release that witch human. Why is Demon Queen? Joan it's me Margaret do remember me? Yin yes. It's no see she can't speak anymore. Now this communication problem will be handed over to Yoke Lady Camilla understand. Are Yoke bringing them here to catch me? Not I come were to Margaret say it with Yoke heart she hears you that way. And it's sincerer to communicate with you heart. Manga create com once saved life Joan do remember I come were to ask Fop Yoke help. I remember Yoke Margaret we often played together the past. Very book. This is the ability of the witch it's incredible luckily Thunder predicted the language problem. Before we set off and invited Camilla Day from the sleeping spell to join this journey she enables people to communicate with their hearts. Camilla Derrill who's that and not she is Camilla Day is the one who is helping to communicate without hearts she's witch just like Yoke. The sailors don't catch witches. Of close. They has been completely destroyed now witches have settled down on the fjords and the sleeping island is town built witches if you want to go there I'll show you the way I see. Someone intended to spear me with harpoon, I thought they come here for the reward. Nothing like that will happen again Lord Thunder has solved the problem Thunder you mean the most distinguished explorers. Yes he's right behind me. You don't know I joined his exploration platoon shortly after I left the fishing village. Really you tell me mope about it Manga Great com. What are they talking about that's great, I want to hear it too. How's it going? She agreed with old request. What do you think of the capital city of the Kingdom of Dawn? It's indeed the city of merchants even. Peddler is allowed on the main street if it's the Kingdom of Grey Castle. The patrol will milk them I'm afraid only the fjords compete with Roll City Dennis the fjords. They're posters who transport goods to remote places and sell them taking advantage of price variations different markets, the islands have nothing to sell. Except for cheap salted fish. Of course, you have the most brilliant merchant you have not bad ambassador. How about it this is the Grey Castle specialty perfume Mancacrei gave me the other day and I have used it do like if it is on a fop me to be favored tasteful noble lady. Oh yeah what's the best business the Blow City now do want to do business here. Because of old friend not the respected King Wimbledon I'd probably stay here fop long time years. Of even years as it's the city of merchants betters be one of them just like what you've told me. Good nobles are good merchants. Manga create co the most popular woods on the market of the capital city be divided into two types. One type is the utensils that you used every day not ordinary things as crystal glasses spectacles. Perfumes and fine fabrics. The second type is the novelties there's no standard prices fop these. Kinds of things how much you earn depends on how much yoke customers like them. Trade exhibitions will be held every weekend. The city exhibitions of different classes have different entrance requirements. If you're interested, I'll take to the top one. There's another business that has overtaken those two types recently. What? The slave trade. Slaves, aren't they very coming? I said recently. Mancacrete.com. Business that requires no capital is always the best solve. Heard that they had almost conquered the kingdom of Wolf Heart. Right, thousands of refugees flock into the kingdom of Dawn. You take them to the market and sell them out to make a lot of money as long as you offer them food. I don't like trading people, especially women. Then don't think about it. No capital doesn't mean risk-free. When the refugees Mancacrete.com become mobs, it'll be real headache. Fop, the slave traders you seem to really know something about. Madam Ambassador, madam, we've arrived the palace district. Let's call it day out. Time on the road was sweet though. It was very short. I'll beat its heart. Won't you come to place and have rest? Not I have to. Boy, I'm here on official business. After all, she is married woman. And now she wants me to visit their place as guest. I would be beaten to death if her husband found out something. Really deserve the name of Magic Hands. What did talk about for all these days? Business, of course. What else could I talk about with merchant? He was assigned His Majesty Roland to work as. Glad he did not look like military. All I had heard that he had outstanding meritorious achievements before. What ape going to do now? Hoist the flag of Hightower and hand over the documents. Tell them the ambassador of the Grey Castle has come. Meager great com. Decent but website Minko.com. Downpour Tub, the last release that which human wife's demon queen. Mancacrete.com. Visit and this Manhwa manga crease.com to support the translation team. This is first time attending exquisite banquet. Oh. If the women of Grey Castle still pay attention to some subtle and restrained dresses, then the Kingdom of Dawn they ape, beguiling and seductive. It was indeed Gulkengreich. The alert choice to come were Yoko. Welcome to the Kingdom of Dawn. I Prince Angel Cooped, the eldest prince of the Kingdom of Dawn. Give head the introduction letter from Roland Wimbledon and the document issued him. Your Highness Anna. Thank you fop you hospitality. Visit and don't know website Mancacrete.com. You father KE is very sick that he can't entertain you person. I'm soppy to heap the news. It doesn't matter, this is something everyone knows about. Glow City KE suddenly passed out banquet 1.5 months ago and has been sick even since. He's only conscious fop 2 of Tepi helps per day and insensible fop the rest of the time. I'm sure His Majesty will be better. Please don't poppy about it too much. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. I'll ask the ceremonial office to arrange accommodation fop MRGN Krennic. Later. Thank you fop yoke care you highness. It's just what about the alliance between the Kingdom of Dawn and the Kingdom of Grey Castle? Give heard about this matter to father is clemently too frail to deal with political affairs. Let's hold off on that lentil. He's better. Okay, visit and website Mancacrete.com. Ambassador. We've met again. Denise. It seems that we really have fate with each other. Come. Cheaps to old Pelion. I don't understand you highness. Even if His Majesty is ill you still enter into alliance with the Kingdom of Forecastle. Want to set the matter aside. This is also what you father intends to do with the putting pressure on. It isn't good idea to alert alone. Give heard that father asked to meet with Timothy Wimbledon rather than Roland Wimbledon. We're allying with the King of Grey Castle. The ambassador has also confirmed that Poland is the new king of Out Nelegop. Visit and website Mancacrete.com. You did great job on the confidential trip to the Kingdom of Grey Castle. I have own thoughts on the alliance. Leave it to me. What your highness, it's fop the safety of the kingdom that we need someone to help stop the attacks from the Chichi. Please say. Leave it to me. MNCN Creek. I'm soppy I lost composure. Otto, we're friends aren't we? Yes. Visit and website Mancacrete.com. Andrea Belinda Ops and me. All ape yoke friends. If father can't make it, you'll help me to the throne. Piety. Vigor Creicom. Yes yoke highness Anna. Things had turned Mancacrete.com out this way ever since the king had been ill. Angel appeared to have been great shock until recently when he was finally able to recollect himself the way he spoke. And the manner which he conducted himself was somehow moped different from before. To it more accurately, he had become stranger. As his playmate I believed that I knew the prince very well. Angel was not that type of power-hungry person. Visit and website these. Because of him I plan to collaboration with Belinda and open support Angel and help him with governmental duties after he ascended the throne. However, I found that Ki did not care about answer. I asked him that question simply out of sense of insecurity. I have done enough to persuade him to cheer him. It turned out to be useless on own. There is no way to lift Yoke Highness's spirit. If the three families unite, only this way were I possibly able to find the reason behind Angel's behavior. Ki, what brought you? Look the way you come, and freely you really treat Tokay family as you own friend. Open, I have something to tell Yoke. Visit and I decided to find out website manga. Great Mom, Angel has become so weird. What do you think? Soppy, I'm not interested. He's Prince, the successor of the King of Dawn. Hell, not be out forever. Don't you understand? Angel is years old. He isn't 7 of elect years old any longer. Every time he's ill-tempered. Do we have to follow him to coax him? If he doesn't want to spill his, and then fine, I don't want to be nosy. I'll be called Manga Griai assistance only if His Highness needs it, otherwise you've just being annoying. We three families always moose. 3 families. After Andrea died, there are only and me. Visit ANI Ada website Manga Greatacom. Andrea is alive. What did you say? Run Greco. I saw her border town when I went to the Kingdom of Grey Castle. I saw her with own eyes. She's with Prince Poland Wimbledon. Together. Do you mean their relationship? I don't know. She's become witch. Only Prince Poland is willing to accept witches out of the entire kingdom of E-Ray Castle. CDR Kresh that fall off the cliff. That time was just made up. Stop, keep father to protect kept. We were all convinced of the result the time. Now it seems that it is really joke of fate. Damn, have I never thought of opening help grave and looking into the matter. Therefore we see lent need to cheer Prince Angel. What's the connection between these two incidents? Of course there's connection. Visit and reason website Mansi Kriasku. Think about it. Angel's hesitating about forming alliance between the two nations. And he didn't even give explicit person, which will only let His Majesty's plan fail. The end. We'll have to fight against alone. The event of attack, if you're killed, won't see widely area plenty. It's solids kind of rational, not how you be so slope that I'll be killed. If the contrarily attacks the Kingdom of Grey Castle first, Roland has to my fight back diet. If he's dead, Andrea will very likely die with Kim. Even if she's called alive, the suffer topples. I cloyoi. Sell Elea clean death. If the two nations however enter into alliance and agree to offer material assistance, they won't boldly launch attack. Both you and Andrea will be alive and will probably see each other. The title. Do think the alliance is King Greco significant? Yes. We need the prince to help with that now. Do you think the two matters are relevant? Relevant. Visit and website mangagreat.com. Then are you in? I'm into. Decent up. Redan website MNCA create com Gosport. The last release that which human wife demon queen. Visit and this Mantua Mancacrete.com to the translation. A finally back. Yoke Mayan Kresko scared the hell out of me. Do you know that? Whatever you've got to say, can't you wait till tomorrow? We only talk unnoticed nighttime. Please understand that I have habit of being cautious. Alpert then. Well, say what you want to say since you've already kept it down. Visit and website manga.great.com. It's now good opportunity too. Among the reflexes from the Kingdom of Wolfheart. View it as business and hope Masons, literates and anyone who has the expertise and all the money realized is paid His Majesty. And fop each person you recruit you get reward of 5 silver royals. Please, I know nothing about business. I talked to Denise to seduce kept you don't really intend to. Let me to human trafficking do. Yoke slaves are usually traded on the border of the two nations. It is not convenient for me to go there as ambassador. This is His Majesty's CVRC Grays Com order. You don't need to leave the Blow City. Tradesman will Sooner or later transfer slaves were, although higher price, it saves trouble to screen them. As FOP not being able to do business, you discuss it with Denise FOP, help, she's quite well known businesswoman this area, it's piece of cake, FOP her to send refugees to the kingdom of Grey Castle. Will benefit lot once the transportation role is determined, FOP example, we disease ourselves as tradesmen and retreat unnoticed when facing unexpected danger, have been to the capital of the Kingdom of Dawn. How do you know such details? Visit Androdeo website Sinoic Relico. I was collecting information from people on the street while you were busy socializing. I thought you were great knight, I didn't know you have also good tradesmen. I'm neither warrior not tradesman, I protect you when there's crisis. This is also what His Majesty entrusted me to do. I'm in ordinary acrobat Lord Baron. Too many townspeople went to the West Wall to watch the firing test of His Majesty's howitzer, which has caused congestion. Please allocate some manpower to evacuate. Manga create Lord Baron. The construction of the first retort furnace, the furnace area has been completed. This is the project oldest report, please check it out. 3 sailboats Seawater City have arrived the dock with total of 126 people. Yoke Excellency Carter asked to recruit 100 more people as backup police officers. He said that if there is no increase manpower public security, the city will be overwhelming it on the table. I will take cape of it later. Visit and website manga great.com. Is this the content of the recruitment order? Since a 2 I will take look at mate. For you keep, she is not even using honorifics. Okay, His Majesty arranged for her to be assistant to learn the departmental framework and government process of the City Hall office. Yet it seems she doesn't think so. Thanks, there is no mistake Miss Kant's behavior. If I repeatedly rejected I would appear the wrong and would leave bad impression on His Majesty. Mancacrete.com. All done Baron Align Tilderant. Judging from the drafts I went through recently, such recruitment orders usually require the personnel to be reliable and have clean slate. There aren't many candidates left the border area compared to posting recruitment bulletins on the square and asking FOP Sinoyo Itsto cool for work. The City Hall, it'd be better if we extract the files of registered residents, the archives, and select unemployed locals. The Minister of Justice is large department. The City Hall, it provides relatively good salary and welfare. I think no one would down such job offer. This way we'll save about week over recruiting through normal procedures and will decrease the visit and complaints from website mangagukai.com. Chief Knight, if you approve it, I'll reply to this recruitment order and give it to the archives and Jejun Ore do as said. Is this how successor turned out to be after growing Duke's mansion and Ping fructify? The upper level noble, if edit, has sent His Majesty as assistant to help set secondary City Hall, the northern region, the title. It would be now be dealt, but what if she stays? Mancacrete.com. His Majesty is not yet married and edit is the daughter of Duke. Get all, if his things really to that direction key, then she will be the right arm of His Majesty. High must let her know that the management work the City Hall can't be mastered that easily. His Majesty needs minister who's able to take the whole situation into account. Subsided B Sutlej curb. Miss Kant, we trouble the grain visit and stock the city of website mancacrete.com over winter. Might not last until the wheat bumper harvest day, is it called, overflow of the population according to the consumption hate. The remaining grain should be able to last until the end of the summer. We harvest the spine wheat the middle of July. It should be enough if we stop accepting new refugees. The City Hall can't stop accepting new refugees. There's still constant flow of reflexes from both the east and south sides of the country to the gathering place. If we abandon them, not only will Seawater City and Willowtown face the risk of photo, also the image we worked hard to build will be destroyed overnight. So the City Hall won't disrupt His Majesty plan because of the grain mist and Creacon problem. We tackle this problem, and it's also responsibility as minister. The so-called control of the whole situation requires not only being skilled government affairs, also having clear understanding of the characteristics of the city. Do you have any good ideas? Even if she has the talent and experience, it is an impossible FOP he to know this completely. Strange city within half months, not to mention to know the abilities of each, which this trouble is actually not difficult to solve. What? Before the development of Deep Valley Town, most of the land, the northern region, wasn't fit fop. Wheat plantation, every spring train shortage used to be very severe this area. So the local lords set eyes on there. You mean since they couldn't grow enough, not purchase any, the only choice left fop them was to rob. His Majesty's army is attacking Fallen Dragon Ride. I heard Countess Spear's brother won over lot of the local nobles order to resist. Help now that we have both the reasons and the means. We should directly there and kill them. One bless how many gold royals and grain ape hidden their basements. Mancacrete. If we rake over Fallen Dragon idea, I think the problem of 10,000 people's food will naturally be solved. If not, there are several cities the southeast region awaiting His Majesty's ransack. They all nobles. That's right, after His Majesty took over the southern territory they stopped being nobles. How could she accept His Majesty's will have eliminating the nobles so quickly? Even if it's me, it would take longer time to get C to wholeheartedly supporting His Majesty's orders. And she was the successor to the like of the northern region. Visit and website mancagreat.com. What's that? I bought it from the convenience market. It looks like picture book. It has stories. It's very interesting. Look, happy do. The city of overnight. You rarely smiled like this. Are we really not going back? Only temporarily until father replies His Majesty should allow to return to the northern region. What about then? I'm going to stay here. Is the city hall that interesting? What's interesting isn't the city hall, Roland. Wimbledon's city hall, the city of visit and overnight. When I want website manga great to accomplish something, I only had to tell father. And it was done. Ursa, each, Ulfsuri on. When I think back to it, they did that not because of me, because of identity. They knew father would follow suggestions. Of course this only worked the Kant family's manner. Rest Russoffs. Decent. Just website Maoia Rightcom Bosporus, the last release that which human wife is demon queen.